Hello. Hi. How's everyone doing? How's everyone doing? How's it going? Wink. Hi, Aya. Tori, hello. Horseman, hello. Aya, hello. Aya, thank you.
Mother Aya just resubscribed for 15 months. Wee woo.
We fucking woo. Isn't it crazy that it's been 15 months since, like, the incident? Isn't that crazy? Oh man, I hope we get like a raid today. That'd be so cool. For no reason. How was everyone's day? How was everyone's weekend? How was everyone's week? I can't believe it's Wednesday already.
And move.
Chrissy. Hello, Horseman. How you doing? The Discord button on Stream Deck for some reason is just not working, so I have to use my keyboard, which is annoying. Which means I have to do this to do this. There we go.
Hello, hello.
You bought Elden Ring? Hello.
You butt Elden Ring?
I bought Elden Ring?
You
bought
butt
Elden Ring? Yeah, that's exciting.
Always a pleasure.
You bought it. Okay.
Did you buy it on PC?
PP?
What's
Oui,
to
oui,
tell?
PP?
Everything before that
Did
is
you
so
buy
long
it
ago,
on
it's
a
ancient
PC?
history. And everything that came...
A Pippi?
A PP?
Hi, Tori. How are you? Welcome in.
Oui, oui, PP?
Oh, oui. It's Tori. Oh, Tori, your pink. Like, I don't know if it is for you, but your pink is the exact color of the VIP badge on my screen. Like, it's perfect. And that other person, look at her. She got her cheeks out over here. You got the DLC $20 off in a bundle. That's really dope. That's really dope, especially because the DLC is like 40 bucks. All right, we have to sleep because we are not rested. I did not have any spells.
Who put these pants on me?
Ooh.
Who put these pants on me?
Ooh, someone wants to talk to me. Gotta go bye.
Oh, boy.
I was just thinking about you.
Oh no, what
and
happened?
that delicious moment we shared
I'm
the
just-
other night.
Watching you
The delicious
revel
moment?
in your Capri Sun.
Delicious?
What is going on with my phone?
The very same. I've had this condition for 2 centuries, but truth be told,
That's accidental. You're fine.
you were my first.
I'm good. I'm very good.
Dirty.
In
Dirty.
all these years, I've
A
only
virgin?
ever fed on beasts.
A
Drinking the
virgin?
blood of thinking creatures is a different thing entirely.
Hi, Franklin.
You're
Hello,
delectable.
Tori. How are you?
Astarion, I love you.
And
Did you see I have a new
can't
Astarion
help but
emote,
wonder
guys?
how the others taste.
Do you know? That's so shocking. Wow. Who would have
do.
thunk it?
I do. I has one Korok seed. Wow, wee whoa. Is that one of
Brad's
them?
walking in the background.
Is that one of those Dr. Peppers? It is a Dr. Pepper.
I'm sorry, what is that?
Don't worry.
A
There's enough of me to go
tainted
around.
Doctor
I'm a man
enough.
Of tremendous
I
appetites.
don't think
I
tainted is the
don't
word
think
you
they
want to use
volunteer,
A-
with this
of course.
community.
A
But it doesn't
muddy
make me any less
doctor enough.
curious.
Mm.
Take Gale,
It's
for
a soiled-
example.
it's a
He
soiled
strikes me as someone whose blood
Dr.
is rich,
Seasoning.
refined like
It's a soiled Dr.
well-aged
Pibb.
brandy. But the give, what in the hells would she taste like?
Ew.
Oh.
Mm.
Well, that
A
sounds very
new
appealing.
coat?
I'm almost convinced.
What kind of coat? Tell me about your coat. And I'm okay. I've been having really bad hot flashes because of my medication. So, just slowly.
Absolutely.
No, it's
A mere
it's
thought
menopause.
experiment.
It's womanopause.
So, in
I
the
wish.
spirit of theoretical questions,
That'd be great,
if
honestly.
you had
I'm
to
not
take a bite
opposed to
from one of them,
menopause.
who would it be?
Oh, honey.
Oh, honey.
Oh, honey.
Oh.
Give me those
Oh,
approval
honey.
I'm
points.
flattered.
Right there. Look at those
Who knew you had
approvals. Look
such
at that.
taste?
Oh, baby.
Unfortunately,
goodness.
all
Yes.
this talk is
Share
getting
picture,
me
please.
hungry. I better find something I can actually sink my teeth into.
Oh, honey, I don't want to... How does it go? I hate to see you leave, but I love to watch you walk away.
Oh my god.
There's nothing that tasty lurking out in the woods, but I'll make do.
I don't know, Horseman.
Sweet
I don't know. He gets tired of the spice. He's like,
Right.
get away from me.
Does
you
anyone else want to
devil
talk?
woman.
Oh, wait, I have something very important I have to do. Hold on.
Shadowheart has to. She has opinions she wants to share.
Something's wrong. I feel.
I don't know if that actually lands or
I
not.
feel.
Ooh.
It hurts.
Darkness, protect me.
Darkness, protect me.
Gale, why are you here?
Where the fuck did he even come from? He's like, I am also here. Hello?
I am also part of this conversation. Thank
I
you
don't
for
know.
including me.
I've invited myself.
What? But, like, why is he here? Nobody likes you,
He's
Gale.
bored. Nobody's talked to him, and he's wow. My wisdom, Garbo.
You're +3 wisdom.
Stop.
If I
Whoa.
want
I will
to tell
see
you
welcome
something,
in.
I'll use my mouth. Understand?
Dirty.
She does
Stumble in
not
my
like
head
you
again, and I'll
crying.
gut you.
Oh, she does not
Damn.
like you crying at all.
She got a case of the grumbly wumblies, is what she got. Oh, what are you doing there?
No, I'm not gonna waste the scroll on it. I'll have to just wait till I get one. I'm just gonna.
I'll talk to him out of just
You're not
for-
versed
for
in magic,
chat.
are you?
Fuck
Hold
you.
on. Hold on. I have. Wait. Oh, is it still in Astarion's inventory?
Careful, I bite.
Lily! Keep a hand over her head so she doesn't jump.
Oh, I thought I.
stayed interesting.
Oh, I'm bummed. I actually really thought that I
Her drop.
picked up some.
Or
More like Angry Heart, am I right? What's up, Wolfie? Did you ever finish this? Wolfie?
my goodness.
Wolfie?
My goodness.
I can
Gale's
see
such a
that.
fucking tool.
Gale's a little bitch. I can't stand
He's
him.
like, oh, you don't know magic, do you? Like, bitch, I'm a druid. Well, you're not, like, learned.
No, you can
You're
literally
not educated.
you can play as another wizard and be like, yes, Gale, I'm also a wizard, remember? And he'd be like, yeah, but you didn't fuck Mistra, so... And it's like...
yeah, you didn't fuck all of
so
magic,
it doesn't...
so...
None of that matters. None of that
Yeah.
matters to him.
Listen, you weren't balls deep in the magic, so you
Yeah,
don't actually know
yeah,
magic.
yeah.
Until you are, you know, just like...
Has
bumping uglies with
anybody...
magic you don't know.
Has anybody romanced Gale and or seen what his sex scene looks like? Because I have not done it, but I saw it on TikTok and I was crying laughing. I was laughing so hard.
Like, you're not as good as that Mistra, but, you know...
Oh, why'd you cancel?
I didn't mean to cancel. I was trying to exit out of the
Oh.
thing that was on my thing. There, that's fine. I habitually hit back to try and do something else. My dinner's ready, but it's hot.
Alright, well...
Eat it till it's not so hot.
Learning everything? I've got a couple 100 hours in this game. I can help you.
Look at,
Hold on.
we meditate while we sleep.
Because we're elves, and elves don't sleep.
Okay, can I? There we go. This.
To be honest, I haven't been playing much of anything. I think I'm gonna try play some stuff tomorrow, night and Friday. I'd play during the day, but the kiddo and I are going to the zoo to see the baby giraffes. Isn't it like all psychedelic or some shit? What? What's psychedelic? Okay, what is our plan? Oh, we can Auntie Ethel. The beach.
Auntie Ethel's a bitch.
Oh yeah, we can go see Mole now. That's right. You're not balls deep in the magic. That's weird. That's weird, Gale. The magic is what I call your mom. So in a way, yes, I am. Oh, Gale's sex scene. Yes, it's psychedelic. Yeah. It's magic.
He's got the magic in him, because pegging.
But it's like, It's weird because he like, how do I do this without like doing this?
Squinting heavily in
They like
your description.
spin backwards, like he like does like
They do a
back.
flip?
Yeah, but like when they're like together. So like he like I don't know, like he just like
Why does
spins
that
in like the
sound-
ether.
It sounds like Andromeda. There's an Asari you can have sex with, and they do it in like a no gravity room,
Yeah, it's yeah.
which is like, but why?
I don't know.
I'm
Oh.
picking mushrooms in my underwear. Life is good. Life is good.
But it could be better.
It could always be better.
I just watched Wonder Woman 1984 the other day. Never tell us why your boss would be the death of you. Oh my gosh. So when's the last time? So Monday. I talked to you guys on Monday. So what do you guys remember? What do you guys remember about Ella?
She
'Cause I-
models for the
Because
clothes.
I kind of forget like what has happened on which day because like so much has happened in the last like 2 days. So okay.
Hey.
So, I told you that like she modeled our like
Weapon
merch and stuff,
blueprints.
right? She's a clothing line.
Master
She was modeling guys with
blacksmith's
clothes. Okay.
Not
So,
too refined here. Just quick ideas.
okay,
sketched out.
okay. So Tuesday morning. Yes. Okay. Because I streamed on Monday night. Okay. So Tuesday morning. I get into the office, and she comes in, and did I tell you like what she was wearing? Did I tell you what she was wearing? How she had like the little bike suit, like little biker onesie kind of suit on.
Yeah, you shared that.
Okay,
Do you
so
know someone
on
who
day
could
2, she had yet another
A
like
sweetheart, perhaps?
like halter top, like crop top, halter top thing,
No
and like
sweethearts,
wind pants on. So like everything
I
is like she
prefer them
owns
simple.
nothing that's like workout clothes.
This is what I get
So-
for trying to strike up
So Tuesday she comes in, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, like what did you do last night? Like did you just like chill at home, or like did you go out and like party?" And
Approach a guttural
Hold on, this is
scream
funny.
and a succession of quick
It's an
bangs
Astarian
rattle the
approval.
door. Then a low moan.
Ready when you're ready. Do you want me to open it or you open
No,
it?
Astarian gets an
Something
approval.
is
for
having
letting
a bit
him
of
open
fun.
Oh, okay.
Wait, don't interrupt them.
Let me
Let
do
me do it. They sound disgusting.
Dirty little bird.
Do the honors.
What the hell are you doing?
Ruined. Smash. Oh, smash you!
Anyways. So again, so she owns nothing other than like sports clothes, whatever.
Clothes.
Yeah. So okay, so she's like, what did you do last night? Like, did you get into anything? Blah blah blah. And for like people that I'm not friends with or not like close with, I don't like be like, oh my god, I stream on Twitch. Like, I kind of like, I really do treat this like a second job more than like kind of like a hobby. Like, I really do take it seriously. So when I don't know people, I just kind of like be like, I work. I was working, whatever. So, she's like, what'd you do last night, blah, blah, and I was like, oh, I worked. And she's like, oh my gosh, like, you work another job, like, what do you do? And I was like, oh, like, I'm a streamer on Twitch. I've been doing it for 4 years. And so then, of course, she goes,
Quickly.
oh my god, I used to live in a content creation house. I used to stream on Twitch. I used to live in a content creation house in California. And I'm like, oh, cool, whatever, okay, cool, whatever. And then, so, yeah. So then, I think I told you guys about how, like, we have like a company fridge in our break room, and we fill it with like drinks and snacks and stuff like that like the company pays for. And then like, Zach gets like special specific ones. Like he wants his own specific Red Bull flavor that he likes and whatever. So I had just gone, I told you guys, I had just gone to Walmart. I had just bought a bunch of groceries because she's a vegetarian. So I bought like fruits and vegetables. When I bought her desk, the desk that we set up for her. So he's like, oh, we need to do another Walmart order. And I was like, I just did. Like he's the owner and the CEO of the company. He gets the drinks that he wants to drink. So he's like, we need to put another order in. And I was like, all right, like give me your list and like I'll put it in for when I do the next order. And he's like, no, we need to do like another order, like an extra order, and to get like more stuff. And I was like, all right, whatever. Like, I'm not gonna tell him no, whatever. So I was like, all right, like give me your list, like give me your list of stuff or whatever. And he goes, okay. And Ellis comes over to my desk with a shopping list on her cell phone, and it's literally, guys. It's literally like a 6-year-old. Like it was Uncrustables and Welch's gummies and like fruit, like little like fruit snack things. And
Told you this is the same stuff that my husband asked for because he's a giant child.
So after spending, you know, a couple $100 last week, I have to do one thing. I have to fix my GPU is struggling a little bit, so I have to do this. So
Gummies made with gelatin.
Last week after spending, you know, however much money that I spent on him, not I keep saying I, but it's not I. It's definitely not me. It was like 200 and something and change or whatever last week. And then another $200 on the extra Walmart order that I had to do yesterday. Yeah. So, and then because hopefully that fixed it. Okay. And then because like I put the order in and like all that other stuff, and they like went to yoga together, blah blah blah, whatever. And let's see what else happened what else happened yesterday. Oh yeah, so she told me that she is doing a yoga line. Wait, there's more, guys. There's more. All of your questions will be answered. Okay, so she's doing a yoga clothing line. Like that's what it is. So it's like clothes for yoga. So it's all like skin tight stuff, you know. Yeah.
A feast
And
fit for an ogre. You notice
So,
a peculiar dagger
I just lost my
protruding
train of
from the
thought.
tough, leathery meat.
She was telling you how she's doing yoga clothes.
Yeah, but there was something else that happened yesterday before this morning. Oh yeah, okay. To answer Wolfie's question. So, she was supposed to leave today. She was supposed to fly back to LA today at 3 p.m., okay?
Would be from LA.
Mm-hmm. So, I get a phone call at
The dagger is tightly embedded in the carcass.
p.m. on
You notice
Tuesday.
nothing unusual.
She's supposed to leave today at 3. I get a phone call at 2:42 yesterday. And he goes, Can you reschedule her flight? And I'm like, you can't reschedule within 24 hours notice. Like you have 24 hours and you can't reschedule. Or like you have to like pay. So, of course, I have 18 minutes. I have 18 minutes to scramble and find a return flight. So she was supposed to leave tomorrow.
Clumsy technique. The blade
And now
snaps
we've been
in two.
blessed. Now we've been blessed for a whole nother week.
Sharp
Horseman, my
metal
priorities are always
fragment
food.
pokes out of the
I'm,
meat.
I'm just gonna like
It's of
pound
no
food all the
use to
time.
you.
I can't believe I
And-
failed. I've never, in all of my playthroughs of this game, I've never failed that check and not gotten that dagger. Astarion has that dagger in every single one of my playthroughs. This is the only one I've ever failed.
Well, I'm here to jinx everything.
Crazy. It was amazing. Yeah, so now we have it for another week. So then today...
Sounds like you need to call it sick for a week.
So today, she came in, and she was actually dressed today. She actually, like, it was gross. It was very gross and cold and rainy today, so she was actually dressed today.
I think it was
And-
gross that she was dressed. I was like, huh.
No, it was gross and rainy. So they, you know, they brought their snackies that I got for everybody. And, can I pick this up? How come I can't pick it up, even though it's broken?
Sharp metal
Stupid.
fragment pokes out of the meat.
It's of no use to you.
So anyways, so she is doing her her yoga clothing line. She, you know, she's working on her designs and stuff like that. And Zach gave her the contact info for the graphic designer that he used to work with before he hired the girl who's our graphic designer now. And so he was like out at meetings, so like I've literally just been like sitting in my office. I've been sitting in my office with this other girl while she's been working and like I've been working and stuff. So today she's like, "Can I ask your opinion on something?" I was like, "Sure," but like
I'm paid to have opinions.
right, like I was like, I'm not a yoga girl, and like I don't show skin and do any of that stuff. Like, I actually, like, quite prefer the opposite. So I was like, I don't know how much I'm gonna be of use to you, whatever. So she shows me her yoga set, right? And she's doing a collection, and
Who
it's,
cares about something?
she's saying
It's dead.
it's
That's good.
inspired by, like, the 4 elements, right? Now...
She watched Avatar? Is that what happened?
Okay, she's never fucking watched Avatar ever, and Zach and I both were like, "This is like Avatar, like Avatar," and she's like, "What's Avatar?" And we're like this, and like so we're like naming all these different animes and stuff, and she's like, "I don't know what any of that is," blah blah blah. So she's never seen an anime, whatever. But tell me how like this girl's waves. Keep in mind, like she got these from somebody else. I'm pretty sure she got these from somebody else. They were just very anime. They were very like curly and round, and they were very like they just looked very anime-esque. And so she was asking my opinion on different things and different colors and all this other stuff, and I was just thinking like it was just like very, very mid, you know, like it was just like very okay. This is very okay. So she's like asking for her opinion, stuff like that. And then here's the kicker, right? Okay, so I've been editing a very particular video that occurs when something very specific happens.
Shadowheart's attention is fixed on
And
a
so I was working on
damaged
it
statue.
at work on the computer. And she's like, "Oh my god, like, can I see your video for your stream?" And I was like, "I guess so if you want or whatever." And she was like, "Oh my god, it's so good. Don't forget to put like and subscribe." I was like, "Oh my god, I'm on Twitch. I'm not on YouTube, and I'm not gonna put that shit." Like, I'm not gonna put that shit.
We should keep moving. Nothing. The trick of the light.
Look at the
I'm
booty.
not
Take you as I find you.
stupid.
She doesn't know
Now
Airbender.
let
She
the
doesn't know
matter
Captain
rest.
Planet. She probably doesn't.
Let's just move along.
She's
Times are
too
rare,
young
kind
for
of
you.
Love. I don't know how old she is, honestly.
Have you seen that? If she doesn't know this, she's too young
She's
for
too
you.
young. Yeah. Are you gonna let him go? Okay, good. You let him go.
Confuse everyone.
What's going on back there? Go check it out! On it.
On it.
On it. Oh no, I'm gonna go in the hatch. Bye. You can't see me.
Shut the fuck, you have to move.
Oh, speedy light feet. Oh, isn't that what I need?
Oh.
No, because I'm not proficient with lightning or with medium. Oops. I feel like
Got a successful stealth. Uh-oh. That guy is definitely gonna know I'm doing something.
I'll have to get my
Well,
build because
he
I know
missed horribly with
What's
that, so
inside?
thank you, sir, for being inept.
Oh, thank you so much for now I've been complaining that OBS does not say when ads are coming up, only when they're like happening. There's an ad in 5 seconds because I took too long to say it because I was talking. Sorry. Did she ask? It was okay. It was okay. Who's this lady again? Your boss's not girlfriend? Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot one part. I forgot because I told Yaga this part. So
Oh yeah.
so I get his emails.
Step quick.
And there's an email from Amazon that she has sent him a gift. And I was like, do I want to look at this? Like, do I want to look at this? Or like, am I gonna be like really violating stuff?
Another fight.
So I didn't
Let's
look
go.
So I didn't look at what the gift was, but I did see the message because the message just like, I didn't dig. The message just comes up in the email. I didn't like do anything. It just like, I opened the email and was like, oh, message. And it was like,
Best be on my way.
thank you for everything you do for me, baby. Crushing on you hard. Oh, ads are going. I have to wait.
You have to wait. Whoa. Don't bite my spiritual weapon, you fool.
I don't actually have the answer though. Hi, Steph. It's been a while.
Stab in the face.
You're back. Is he seeing these different women at the same time? I think so.
Listen, dating is.
Oh, you're back? You're back? You're back? Is everyone back? Okay, so it said, thank you for everything you do for me, baby. Crushing on you hard. And it was air tags for his dog.
I just shoved him for the sake of fuck that guy. How dare he not get poisoned? I take personal offense. Stab him. There we go. Spring.
Air tags for the dog. Okay, so listen.
Were they for the dog or for him?
Listen, they're for both, okay? I fucking love this dog, okay? I love her. She's so well behaved. She's so sweet. I love this dog. I really, really do. But he literally just like lets her just roam free. Like she literally walks around the office, the warehouse. Like his dog could straight up get like kidnapped and he would probably not know it for a long time.
Pretty so good.
She's the office dog. Yeah. I actually like, I go outside sometimes with her. Like play with her. Like I took her to the groomer the other day, like I told you guys. Sometimes like if he has like a meeting, he'll be like, can you walk Doja? And I'm like, yeah.
That was a good hit. All right.
He says, his exact words are, a lot of people think we're dating, but we just hang out a lot.
Oh. Does
Those are
she
his
think you're
exact
dating?
words.
Is like
I don't know.
that's the thing. Like
I don't
it's one
know.
thing. Like a lot of people think we're dating, including her. Like
I don't know. I don't have answers. I don't know. I don't have answers. The other girl, yeah. She thinks she can use you. I mean, so far it's just been like, using the space that I share as my office. Which is annoying, but like it's not the end of the world. Why is this so bad right now? Have a phase like that before. I mean, okay, so like,
I won't give in.
I'm not defending anybody because I don't know, but like, if like he is like, no, we're not dating, we're not together, and like they're technically not dating yet, I don't know. He's not doing anything wrong. I don't know.
As
But
long
also,
as all parties are aware.
yeah, as long as all parties feel the same way, exactly.
Well, not even feeling the same way, because the other girl could be like, I want to be exclusive, but I know that he is seeing other people, then obviously she's okay with it.
So she was supposed to leave today, originally, and he, being him, was supposed to reschedule her flight, like, on his own fucking time, which he didn't do, because... Of course he didn't do. So he remembered while they were on lunch at, like, 2:40. I don't know. I don't have context. I don't have context. I don't know anything. I don't know. I don't know anything. I don't know anything.
Nothing.
I don't know anything, guys. Honestly, I have told you everything that I know, and I can't wait for the day that like somebody at work decides like, oh, I'm gonna check out her stream one day because, you know, whatever. And I'm talking shit.
Hey, they'd have to know your name first.
I mean, technically there is like a Discord, and technically like it does show that I'm live, but like nobody gives a fuck. Emotional intimacy here. I feel like most people in a monogamous relationship consider emotional. I agree, but I don't know. I don't know how all the parties involved feel. I don't know.
There's nothing to say that he is being transparent. There's a lot of assumptions going on, I feel like. It could be that both girls are aware of each other and they're okay because they're dating and they're not boyfriend-girlfriend.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's also possible that he's doing it behind their backs, but it's also possible that he's not. So, like, it's all hypothetical at this point.
Yeah.
Oh, I accidentally killed myself.
He might just be a rich fuckboy. Kudos for giving him the benefit of the doubt. Yeah, because, like, and people think that because I'm his assistant and I literally sit across from him 8 to 10 hours a day that I know everything about his life. Like, I really, genuinely, honestly don't. I really don't know. I know his favorite band because I happened to have seen his favorite band. I know he's colorblind because I thought I was being really super helpful and I was color coding his fucking calendar and all of his appointments and stuff. And I was like, oh, if it's yellow, you don't have to be there. If it's green, you have to be there. And he's like, I can't see that. I'm fucking colorblind. And I was like, oh, fuck me then, I guess, because I didn't know that shit.
Another day,
I also didn't see it was my turn. So there's that. Exactly, if everyone's consenting. Exactly.
Jump off the cliff. I was like, bold move. Fucking go for it. If that's what that moves you, I guess have fun.
By all means.
Yeah. I'm not gonna yuck your yum, sir. How?
Be quick.
How now?
Exactly. And I again, like, I may work for the guy, but I don't know the ins and outs of his personal life.
That's for him to know.
Only this girl that's sitting in my office, drawing her avatar yoga clothes.
Her avatar, not avatar. Let's avatar.
What?
Oh. That did exactly what I wanted it to do. I approve.
None of it ends, exactly.
Can't even catch my breath.
Okay.
Catch my breath.
Who else?
Time for some bloody work.
Come on, stab him.
Is he almost better? Or is he
Stab
not?
him. Oh my god, he's got 1 HP left. My guy.
Oh, he's done for.
Nice.
When in doubt.
Go untie him. That
What if I don't want to? What if I just want to leave him there forever?
Oh, you could.
Cut me loose!
Why does it seem
with
so
that
laggy
attitude.
today?
It does seem a little chop. Here and there. I've had
Yeah.
some chop issues.
Wonder if it's like an update or a patch or something.
Bagakabara. There's
Mega Kamada.
pustulant thugs. Well,
Are you a postulant though?
get on with it.
You are covered in blood in your little undies.
You saved me. Now you'll
That's normal.
extort me.
Yeah.
That's how this works, yes? Nothing.
No. Cry
What?
about it, Astarion.
He disapproved.
My own fault, really.
He did.
Yeah.
I should have dropped my pack and outrun those bastards.
He just wants
Bastard.
money
Alas,
and booty.
take my pack.
And blood.
I
you
guess
You
so
can find
booty
it.
and booty and
The only
blood.
reason those goblins caught me was its weight.
Booty booty blood.
I'll travel lightly.
The
from
other
now
lever
on.
and flung him. I know. Oh my gosh. Did I ever tell you guys when I played with
Ignorance
Bubbles?
is alive and well, it seems.
I literally almost pissed
Deep
myself.
gnomes aren't restricted
Bubbles
to the Underdark, you know.
Must have
I've lived
done
in
it
Baldur's Gate for years.
like the right way.
I'm in
Their
search of a
first
friend.
playthrough.
I fear
Because their
he's in
second
trouble.
playthrough was with me.
See this?
And
I gave it to him years ago before I left home.
so they activate
I
the
found
thing
it
and
around
they
the
eat
neck
him,
of a
right?
thug in the lower city.
They go outside
It was speckled
and
with
I was
blood.
like, Bubbles, no,
My
I can't
friend.
believe you did that.
Nowhere to be found. But I still have
And
hope.
she goes,
I have
"Oh my
reason
God,
to
is he
believe
still
he's
alive?"
in the Underdark.
No.
Hopefully, I'll pick up his
No,
trail from
he
there.
is not.
no.
I always
No,
help
he's
my
not.
friends.
No.
On that note,
I bid
I
thee
bid thee
farewell.
farewell. If we should meet again,
Well,
well,
we will have meet again.
we will have met again.
He's got a point.
It is true. That's very the truth.
No traps, please.
No traps, please. Hey, pups.
Oh, these pools of blood. Walking through them.
I do like that it leaves little feet prints though when you walk through blood. And you go boop 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 boop, and then you go boop 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 come here, like this boop boop boop, and it leaves little peetsies. Look at my little peetsies. Oh my god, why did I pick up cups?
Pecka peppers.
Hip ups.
Watch your back.
Hip ups.
Hello. Hi,
You
Mom.
sniffing where you
Welcome
ain't ought to
in.
be, friend. Might have
How have
to
you
take that
been?
nose.
I will kill you.
A strange symbol
I'm
glows.
pretty
marked
good.
on my
I'm
flesh.
Always
Something
overheated,
within you
but fine.
stirs in response.
I'm alive. He's solid? Awesome. Listen, busy's good. Why do you want you want to attack? We can attack.
I
Is that
do.
you want to
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're attacking. There was no question. She went straight to let's just kill people.
We are Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy. What do you mean?
You had a problem with that, didn't you?
I have the hiccups. I
Boo!
can't get rid. No, it didn't
Yeah.
work.
My medication gives me hot flashes, and so I'm just constantly like overheated.
What now?
It's like having summer to myself. I didn't ask for it, but here we are.
Very well.
Set him on fire a little bit. Share the heat, right? Of course she missed. Of course she missed. Why wouldn't she miss? It's Shadowheart. Every time I use her, she misses.
Keep a blade close.
First.
Something's waiting up ahead.
Crack it open.
What can you do, you know? Bird scared me.
Ow.
Oh, you got him to do his little trick there?
I did.
Oh, very nice.
So that's
Very nice.
progress.
There's a lot
Ow.
of angry birds in this game.
Time to pack it in for the day, I think.
Are you ready to kill Spider?
Spider, we can spider.
Spider?
It's You need spider thing. Someone needed
From
spider
an
thing.
overgrowth of
I know.
moss,
Shadowheart
the well
always
looks
Oh,
misses at the
I think
most
I do. I
opportune
think it's
time.
one of my starting ones. Let me look.
This is spider. One of us has to. Well, I'll go down
I'm
while
looking.
you're
I'm
looking.
looking.
Well, I hit use.
Spider
Is it gonna
silk
let me?
armor. Oh no, that's Minthara's.
I'm hitting use, and it's just like no. Oh, listen. It's so choppy today. More
It
healing.
really
That's what
is.
I do. I try and go for more healing with her, but I do like the like soul weapon thing or the spirit weapon. That can be super helpful. I'm 10 out of 10 with that. I say look into it. Look into the well.
Yeah, you get the poisoner's robe.
The poisoner's robe? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Drink something
Go
else.
to
Usually
Withers?
just holding
No.
your breath.
Not yet. I'm gonna have to.
dry stones.
We don't talk about it. He's like, we don't talk about it. We don't talk about it. Oh, I can reclass her entirely. Okay, yeah. I just usually based off of what her normal thing is. I didn't know
The coin disappears
that. That's
into the
actually
well.
really helpful. Thank you,
After
Joe.
a moment,
Oh yeah, you
hear
can
a
reclass
soft
everybody. It's
clink,
funny.
not a
Yeah.
splash.
I made a Bard Astarian once.
You know what? It makes sense though
careful.
because with
Those
fighting,
webs
she's
carry
so
vibration.
miss.
Yeah,
Have I?
I've made her
No.
a paladin.
Listen, I
That's
haven't
what we're
even finished
doing.
Act
That's
One.
what we're doing right now, War Chicken.
Yeah,
I told her
we're
I will
trying.
finish the game with her.
Hey, as long as she becomes useful at some point. At some point. Honestly, I prefer like Karlach. I think Karlach's an amazing party member. Shadowheart is not one of my first choices unless I'm trying to use her for healing. That's pretty much it. She's just there, you know.
Don't linger.
Ooh. Not me with my cheeks out.
Nope, you're fine. Doing cheek stuff.
Cheeking.
Just doing
cheekies.
cheek stuff. Yep.
Just cheeky things.
Oh,
It's
you know
okay.
what? Damn. We probably
What?
should have saved this because we could have gotten you the achievement, but I forgot that it was a thing until this fight was already started.
What achievement? I might have it.
The achievement for killing her before any of her eggs hatch.
I think I might have it.
Look at the butts. You guys, nobody has said anything or used or pointed out the new emotes. Guys.
Is emotes. I need to get new emotes. It's on my list of to-dos now that I'm actually actively
You're
streaming again.
streaming.
What build I know, I need to do a lot of stuff. I gotta fix the cloud behind me that Lily nuked. Thanks, Lily. She's like, I did it. I broke it. I'm the baby. Thanks, Lily.
You guys need to chill. Chill.
Chill.
Chill.
Alright, first of all, I want to heal myself
Have to keep
because
going.
I have boo-boos and I don't like
Boo-boos.
I don't like boo-boos.
Not the boo-boos.
And then I can't do that, but I can. Do this.
I'm trying to convince my boss to get secret lab chairs for the whole office.
I mean, it's not a terrible idea, just for the comfort,
Yeah.
but financially,
No.
Woof.
He's not going
Woof.
for it.
woof.
He was like, I don't want these like $300 or $400 chairs, and I was like, what about $600?
Yeah. Surprise.
I was like, 600, but you'll never need another one. I is a champ
General?
though, and she used
Like, how many chairs would that be?
10 maybe. Hold on. 2, 4, 8. Yeah, like literally like 10.
That is obscene price-wise. Obscene.
Yeah, but we have
For
the
office
money.
chairs, though?
We
Yeah,
have
but...
the money.
I mean, it could be a tax write-off.
Are you
if you're
joking?
smart.
I cannot believe he got down and fired right next to him. What a douche.
What a douche. My goodness.
Ethereal jaunt. Do not venomous discharge on me.
Ooh, I don't like that word. I could do without that word.
Discharge?
Yeah.
Everlasting chairs? I know, it's like the everlasting
Gross.
gobstopper.
I wish you would gobstop it. Oh, goodness. Can I thorn whip it from here? Yeah. I love thorn whip. It's so fun. I was hoping he would go a little bit more into the spikes and that would take him out, but,
May the gods take
you know.
first.
It's okay. It's okay.
2
It's
HP
okay.
left, you bitch.
Burning.
Oh, you could burn.
Shadowheart, why? 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 No, she fucking would have missed that too.
Yeah, but
Why?
You can burn the web underneath him, and she can't miss that technically.
Technically, but it's Shadowheart, so
if
she
she
would have.
misses that, then kill her. We're gonna push her off of a cliff and leave her there if she misses that.
I'm flabbergasted. I just like, why? But for why? Oh, goodness. Oh, well. It's fine. It's fine. It's totally fine. It's not, but if I tell myself it is, maybe it will be.
She doesn't have the best stats for blasting people with fire. She doesn't have the best stats for... Honestly, my Shadowheart by Act 2 was super tanky. She's a respec. I didn't respec her in my first game, and like I said, by Act 2 she's super tanky. If you really, really, really lean into her radiant damage, it's ridiculous. I know, sometimes it's stupid like that.
I was like, hello? Why is he so close to me?
Because he ethereal jaunted.
No, this guy, the Ettercap. He like walked over to me like, hi. Like, bro. Get away from me. Get away from me. I just don't like that he was like, I'm gonna get real uncomfortably close to you before I die. Like, thanks, I need it. Can I hit you with anything?
I wonder if I'll find anything new this playthrough.
Can I use on
I feel
this
like,
guy?
with the exception of certain characters that I've never pursued,
that did not work.
I think
Such
I've
is
done
life
mostly
sometimes.
everything. Such
Okay,
is life
well.
sometimes.
Such is life.
Take 2.
Put yourself a little bit. What can you do, you know? Lily, what are you doing?
Gaping wounds.
You wanna? Come on.
Push. Push.
Okay, let's all go.
I said push. Okay. Oh my gosh, why?
Stop leaning.
I don't think I've ever had this problem with...
I need to be able to touch the controller at least. Thank you. I can't see you do that. Thank you. Hey, stop. You can lay down. That's fine. Okay. Lily climbed into my lap. And, now, plots. Oh my god, girl. Ugh. New plan. Ice cream. Go. Oh, okay. Where's the other one?
I
Lily,
go.
you see it?
Over here.
Okay. Can I,
Need to find a way forward.
If I... Lily, you're not helping. This is very hard. There's a big fat dog head in my way.
He's hamstrung, which is kind of funny on a spider.
Yeah. From here. Lily, plots. Plots.
No. She literally does not care.
She does not. She's regularly.
She literally does not care.
She's like, I'm not moving. And I'm like, but you need to. And she's like, I don't.
Nope. Cannot be bothered.
Can I? I think this is one where I have to see you guys and I can't see either of you. Yeah. Sure, I need to do something.
She got webbed, didn't she?
Probably. He's all green. He looks like he got Nickelodeon slimed.
We did. We got slimed because it's the Kids' Choice Awards.
Oh no.
Katy Perry is here
Katy Perry!
at the Kids' Choice Awards. You are naked. You are so vulnerable.
With haste.
Yes, Nix, it is Lilith.
Made me your enemy.
Oh my god. How's Jack? He's saying warm, that was cool and raining, but he is. Oh, he's actually out of his blankets. I was gonna say he's under all of his blankets, but he must have gotten cool.
Hey, what are you doing?
Get to Weird Al Yankovic'd.
Yankovic'd. Alright, Watcher Miss is at 60%. Called it.
Wow.
Called it. Great, called it.
This is a little embarrassing, Shadowheart. Like, come on, let's be real.
Make it hurt.
Why is it
Immune
say?
to simple toxin.
Why? Like, what is? Why do I have toxin anything?
I don't know. Why do you? Oh. Bye, telescope.
His Easter supper, I know. My mom was like, he doesn't need it. And I was like, yes, he does.
He needs. Are you gonna drop a spider on my head?
No.
Oh.
And not because it
Didn't
fall.
try?
Yeah.
Not because I didn't try.
Not because it didn't fall. Good.
I just love that I'm like, did you try to do this? No.
No? That would
No,
be really
no.
mean to do.
I would, could, should never.
I would never do something.
Be on my way.
How dare
Like
you
that.
accuse me of these types of things?
Yeah, when I was like, oh, I should make a plate for and my mom was like, he doesn't need one. And I was like, none of us need one.
Oh my god.
And she was like, oh my god, fine.
You need to heal Astarion. He is looking...
I'm
AP.
trying.
Someone there.
What do you mean you're trying?
I short rested.
Never mind.
Do you feel a little better now?
A little bit. We probably should rest before we do the fucking spider, though.
Yeah. For sure.
Oh, these spider step boots. Wait, do
I
either
shall-
of us need these? No, I get the spring step boots, I think, or what I get. Spring step boots. Yeah, okay. Fleet fingers, spring step boots, bow of awareness, spider silk armor, ring
Oh.
of protection.
Oh, good.
What?
Tori's new jacket.
Oh, it's pretty?
It has a hood.
A hood!
A hood.
That's amazing. Wait, did we get the gem? Oh no, it's over by the spider, that's right.
What are you doing, you little wackadoo?
Wackadoodle-doo.
I've got a lap wackadoo.
Little wackadoo.
She's convinced she's like a 5-pound dog. And she's,
Yeah, they usually are.
She's like a 50-pound, 55-pound dog.
Yeah, they're usually convinced.
You good, girl? Yep, you. Thank you. Kisses. $20? Oh my god.
20.
That is amazing. That is
But
amazing.
shit, it was 20.
That's a really good deal.
Better take a closer look.
I'm back at camp.
Okay,
Or
I will come
the
there in a moment.
I'm just letting you know so you're not like, where did this bitch go?
Where is this?
Where?
Where?
It's a baby.
Oh my gosh, is it time for romance yet? Do you think it's time for romance yet?
No.
No, it's not.
No.
You can't romance until after the grove anyway.
Hear that? No romance.
Oh. Romance! Romance!
Something. It has
Oh
to
my god, the
open,
butt
surely.
cheeks!
Has
Guys,
to
look
do
at the butt cheeks.
something.
I'm cheeky.
Shadowheart's attention
Oh, you
is
can't see him now.
consumed by a strange box
A little bit
that
of
she
snow,
turns
right?
over in her hands.
A little bit of snow for a $20 jacket.
The box
It's
is
fine.
inscribed with glyphs, similar to those used by the Githyanki.
Like how I
In
hit
an
the button, and
instant,
it's like,
Shadowheart hides the box from view.
why am
Everyone
I
else is
standing
here.
like that?
Private matter.
Everybody's here, like,
Oh,
what's up? What
How
are you doing?
faring this
But
evening?
why am I standing like that?
Because look at those thighs, man.
The nomad's life has its charms. You get to meet such interesting people. And sometimes they don't even try to kill you.
Uh,
I know
I'm not
how you
romancing her,
feel.
so.
Trust me.
I'm
But
glad
there's
I
not
met
much we
you.
can do
I'm
until
not.
morning. You should get
Not
some
until
rest.
she starts hitting
Things
her
will seem
fucking
better
shit.
come morning.
Wow.
I hope.
Well, she's missed like over half of her stuff. Come on.
True.
Glad to have an
Astarion,
ally.
my dear, do you need to speak? Do you need to spike?
I got the peeps. I got the peeps. I got the peeps. I got the peeps.
Yes.
I got the peeps. I got it.
Yes.
No innocent. After all, you. And if I happen to drain the occasional bandit during a fight,
Just stop, baby.
I shall wait. But until then,
Just a
no more
baby.
late night surprises.
Ba-da-da-da-da.
My. Later on,
Ba-da-da-da-da.
when we are at.
Hey, Sleepy?
Okay, CB.
Sleepy!
My dog's trying to touch the keyboard. Not allowed.
Sleepies!
Apples and bananas. Apples and bananas.
Bananas.
Ooh, that was too many. Ooh, sorry, I'm hitting things on accident because somebody's prancing on my lap. Lilith! For the love of sweet baby Cheez-Its! Hold on, move. Ugh! Ugh! I'm trying to get my key or my controller to connect. Okay, I guess I'll just do this for now. Lilith has a thing about not wanting to leave my lap,
I see that.
but she must leave lap.
Doing her best over there.
She just wants to be in my lap. That's it. She doesn't even care. She's like, camera what? But she cares about being a menace to society. Why won't my controller connect?
Wait, how am I not bloodless?
Turn it, connect it. No, shut that off. Why is my control? There it goes. I got it.
Yay!
Why are you bloodless? Because you're fucking Astarion's
No, I
Capri
said why
Sun.
am I not bloodless? Because I
Oh.
am fucking Astarion's Capri Sun.
Listen, you gotta talk to him. You gotta be like, hey.
Listen, I said you could drink.
Sip, sip.
Sip, sip, motherfucker. Alright,
Water. Viscera.
Oh, love some good viscera, you know?
Alright, where are you?
In the basement.
Did you fuck off somewhere? Oh, you fucked off to the basement. Okay.
Yeah. I'm coming back though. I'm right here.
Gold? There's just gold on the ground. Who's doing? Ew. I don't want your silk gland.
Step
Maybe I
carefully.
do.
There's a
Scroll of
trap.
firebolt. Why is there just
Ooh.
loot on the floor?
Did we break any?
What's going on? It's by the dead. I was gonna say animals. They're not animals.
I mean,
Whatever you want.
They're animals, right? Spiders?
And they're arachnids.
arachnids, arachnodes, arachnophodes.
Arachnodes? They've got nodes. Watch out for their nodes!
Arachnophlobes.
Oh, dead goblin child. Found a dead goblin child. Ooh, antidote.
High Cliffs blueprints.
Dead goblin. He deserved it. Goblins are
Alright, we're coming back.
doing things. What can you do? Potion healing. Let's go.
Alright, we ready to cut to kill Spider?
Cut to kill Spider?
Yeah, we do kill Spider. Wait, did either of us get the fast travel?
No.
Okay.
I broke it.
Don't break it.
It was an egg sack.
Oh, then yes, break it.
Yes, call the goblin sayer.
I'll just
Sayer? Slayer?
help myself.
Sayer?
The sayer of goblins.
Wonder if the gods are watching me.
Wonder if the goods are
Something
watching
good
me.
here, I hope.
There's a teddy bear. Aw. Alright. So here's the queen. Well, she's supposed to be here. I don't know why she's not here.
Did you know you can drop people into the hole?
Oh yeah, I
Did you
did know that. Yeah. Did you know that you can? Oh, you don't have it because you're not that druid. So if you knock her down into the hole and kill her, and then you go down into the Underdark and you're a circle of spores druid, you can bring her back to life as an undead spider, and she's ridiculously powerful.
Dude, I do like being the spore one. It's
Oh
fun.
yeah, that's what I did on the one I just finished with Bubbles. All right, so there she is over there. So this set right there and this set right there are the eggs you need to break if you don't have.
Yeah,
the
War Chicken thought you said titty bear.
Instead of what? Oh, teddy bear?
Teddy. Yeah,
Is it because I said teddy bear?
Yeah.
I mean, I
he
guess
thought
I can
you
hear
said
it.
Titty.
Teddy bear.
Titty bear.
Yeah, it's a teddy bear. Everyone gets some teddy
Hold on,
bears.
let me see if I can get what's her face to also set the ones over here on fire. What the fuck just happened?
I saved.
Oh, it's saving. Okay. I can
Hold
hit
on, we wanted
this
to
one.
walk. Hold on, we wanted to walk on it though, so give it a second to find out which direction she's going.
Oh, I was gonna hit the eggs.
Yeah, he can hit the eggs too. I was gonna break this.
Okay. Yeah, go for it.
Now she's prone. Nice. Alright, so get a Starian with the sneak.
Kill an egg.
Okay, I said with the sneak though.
Oh, she said, how fucking dare?
How did she get out of her prone?
She went super fast and did not give a shit. That was kind of funny. She said, you fucking thought. How dare?
I did fucking think.
Well, that'll teach you to think, won't it?
Damn, I guess so.
Thinking for you.
I guess so.
Nothing will stand in
That's
my way.
kind of funny.
I'm gonna burn all the webs though. I know she can teleport, but at least the other ones will have a.
Well, they can. Well,
They can
the tiny
too,
one
but they'll
can.
have they'll have a harder time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, so much for that plan.
Oh. I love that it's called an ethereal jaunt. It's just jaunting around. Just spiders doing a jaunt.
Just a little jaunt.
Little jaunt.
And a little
Like
ethereal
Little John?
jaunt.
It's like Little John.
Little jaunt.
Little jaunt.
Yeah, that's my rap name. Didn't you know?
Little jaunt.
Little jaunt.
Not bad. I'll take it. But what should I do? Anything useful would be great. Shadowheart, anything. Got this one. If she can hit it. It's disadvantage. Alright, let's see. If we can't do that, can we 56. Why is she so not good? Better. Oh.
Oh.
I did not not know the babies could do that.
I didn't
That's
either
shocking.
because I usually kill them. Okay, that's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Is it fine?
Yeah, it is.
Ow. Oh my god.
It'll be fine. Okay.
It's fine. Everything's fine. It's fine. You got okay, so funny hand. Hey Trem, how are you? You look like you're having feelings about what to attack and how.
Me?
Yeah, because your thing keeps changing and it just looks like maybe this one? No. Maybe this one? No.
I know.
Got options. What will she choose? Exactly.
It's easy these days.
Bite to the spite there.
Ew. There's ew. I don't like that.
You don't have to like it.
You just have to do
Touch it. You just have to touch it.
Wouldn't that hurt his teeth though?
Huh?
Because they have an exoskeleton. Wouldn't that hurt his teeth?
I don't know.
Like hypothetically, if
there
you're
are
a
some,
vampire-
there are some things that you can't eat and it will hurt him.
Well, I'm just saying, hypothetically, if you're a vampire, wouldn't you not be able to bite the spiders because of their exoskeleton? Hypothetically.
Aren't some squishy? Aren't some soft and squishy?
Spiders?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm saying like at this size, they've got an exoskeleton. Their skeletons on the outside, and skeletons tend to be harder. So
True.
just
True.
hypothetically. Okay.
True dat. True dat.
I was really hoping that would set the spikes on fire. It did not, in fact, set the spikes on fire.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do hammer. Trump says hi.
Hi, Treb.
We are so strong compared to spiders, unless it's in this game, and then we are not so strong compared to spiders. Ooh, she's being a mean spider.
Bruh.
A mean spider.
It is a
I'm
mean
getting-
spider. Alright.
I'm getting poisoned out the wazoo. Not nice.
Magnificent.
Can you just fucking do it? Like, I get that it's gonna do an opportunity attack, so just do it. Just fucking do it. Jesus Christ. This game sometimes. Ooh, it's gonna do opportunity attack. Yeah, I get it. Just fucking just do it.
Just continue
to do the move. Don't make me click on it 17 times.
I've committed.
It's all that matters.
So you greased up the spider.
And then I blew it up.
Laying there, vibing, as spiders apparently do.
She cannot be tamed.
So it's Miley Cyrus?
Yeah.
Miley Spiderus?
Watching me.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god. Oh, it'd be Johnson.
Do not discharge in my direction.
Ew. If I don't wanna, I'm gonna walk a little bit, just a little bit of a walk. Saved? Really? She saved.
Yeah, she
What a
made
crime.
six damage though. So.
Yeah, well, I'm hurting. So. It can't go far enough. It can fly though. Fly away. Fly.
Why didn't you get the one right behind you?
I didn't think about it. This
Okay,
I'm
that's
more
fine.
concerned about the big scary one that wants me dead.
That's it. I didn't think about it is exactly the answer that it's fine.
Yeah. It's an accurate.
I appreciate your
placement.
honesty.
My honesty is I didn't think about it. I
You
thought
did.
about.
Here's my
Terry.
wrapper from my sandwich that I ate.
What if I disguise myself as a spider?
We are
Can
one.
I do that?
We
Can
are
I be a spider?
one.
Can I be a spider? Can I do it?
Try it. I don't think it's gonna do anything, honestly. No, you're good, Horseman. I didn't need it on stream, so you're good.
I don't think. No, it's only like people. I can't be a spider. Stupid. Man, I just wanted to be a spider. You know what? She hit, and that's about all I can be.
That's all you can ask.
expecting of her. Yeah, she hit.
That's all you can ask from Shadowheart, honestly.
Wow, they all just bullied.
Sorry,
Astarion.
yep. And now me.
They're just bullies.
And now me.
I may try to be a spider, but I could not be a spider. I wanted to be. I mean, I could actually
Holy
be a spider.
shit!
Holy
Okay.
Death by spoods. Okay. Ooh. Can you mind control a spider?
No, but I made him frightened.
I mean, that's fair. Did you tell it about taxes or?
It did. How
Yeah.
far do you have to go if you die? So if we get a complete wipe, you go back to your previous save. But if just two of us die, which is what's going on right now, it's fine. If you're on honor mode, which is the mode that Bubbles and I are playing on, if you team wipe, your game's done. One save file. After this, I gotta pee though.
I can be a spider.
Go be a
I
spider.
feel like wolf or bear might be more effective.
Probably.
I get 13. Oh no, 20. Actually, I get 20 as a spider. Fuck it, I'm spidering.
You're a little spider.
I'm an adorable spider. I'm like a little brown spider. Okay, I can web. I don't know if webbing will work on it though.
I would probably guess not.
Try. It says 100%.
Oh, it caught it on fire. Okay.
That works. I'm not mad about it.
No?
Plus, it gave me extra health.
Oh my god. Go down for sure. 6, 6, 0. Holy shit, these little babies.
Frightened. Oh, she mad?
It's all
she mad.
you. It's all you in spider mode.
Oh yeah, me as a spider. I'm gonna out-spider like 7 other spiders. It's your turn. I wish this would hit for 14, but it physically is impossible. But 6. Okay. Yeah, healing, there's no point. I can't go to anyone or I'll get attacked, so
Kill
yeah, it's
wasps,
kinda fucked.
kill spiders in real life? I think so, right? Nice.
It's all up to the spirit weapon.
Now you've got like 5 little babies and the other one you gotta do.
It's too bad it can't pick up people, because that would be great.
Yeah.
Ow, I got simple. Oh no, I'm fucked. Spider on spider violence! I don't know how I fucking survived that.
Because they attacked the spiritual weapon, which is great.
Alright, web everything. Set them all on fire.
Everyone's on fire, except for Astarion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Listen, it works.
Yeah.
It's doing something.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't.
I'll take it.
No. You bitch! I've been rehumified.
That's okay. Throw a potion down on somebody, but don't hit them with a potion. Just throw it like so it splashes them.
Yeah. Okay. You get that. Good job. You guys are doing it.
Oh, look, he's back.
Stay where you are. Stay where you are. Through the glory of Easter. Okay. How can I get it? I was like, can I throw it so it'll splash on?
You can if you can, like when you like hover, you'll see like the little white circle. If you can get it to touch two of us, it will, but the small one probably
yeah,
won't.
it won't. Fortunately, okay.
Nice. Okay.
I can heal myself a little bit.
Yeah.
Something. Guys.
Okay, nice. Alright.
Not bad, we're working on it.
Alright, get me out of the fire. Oh no. There, well, there you go, horseman.
Listen.
Okay, we're right here. Like, literally, we're right here.
I'm just saying, we almost pulled that off.
It's
Almost.
true.
Almost.
In that, I didn't think about it at the time, but we probably should have healed Astarion, not me, since I was still in the fire.
Yeah.
But it's what they have done. Alright, so we saved right before this, but I'm gonna pee really, really quick before we go.
Pee-doo.
Go pee. Go piss, girl.
Go piss, girl.
Alright, hold on. Let me make sure that it loads good. Hurry up and load. Hurry up and load. There we go. Alright. Go piss, girl.
The spood on. Spood
Yeah,
action.
everyone go.
If everyone go piss, girl.
Go piss,
except for
girl.
me. I don't want to! Dios mío, mi frijoles! I said what I said. And I meant what I meant. I'm kind of still hungry, not gonna lie. I'm also really excited because Izzy now has a strawberry soda. Like, I've had the blackberry, the mango, the clementine, the apple. But now there's... Where is it? Strawberry. Strawberry. Left. War Chicken, have you tried the strawberry? Do you want to try the strawberry? I like it. More chicken? Please. I'm awkward as fuck.
I am back. Hello.
Welcome back. I'm being Oliver Twist.
What does that mean?
Oh, I said I was still kind of hungry, and Warchicken said there was more, so I held up my bowl and did the, please, sir,
Please,
may I have some
Sam,
more?"
I have some
Time to
more.
scoff
All
about.
right, I'm gonna
Yeah,
make
make it awkward.
her go here.
If this is
Make a Starian go with
say
y'all.
no.
Okay, so this can be messy. So we'll see.
Oh, that's exactly what it is, Horseman.
Okay.
He exists to serve. You missed one.
I know. I
For
see.
that,
You
I
die.
cry. For that, I cry.
Okay.
On the hunt.
She did not see. Okay, now. Put him back.
She didn't see it and she didn't hear it. That's what's crazy to me. She's like, I don't hear
Oh
shit.
yes.
Mind
It's not in her little red circle, so therefore it does not
Well,
matter.
Spiders are very sensitive to vibration. I'm pretty sure that would have given off something. And she's like, no, I'm good.
Light on my feet.
I have a spider. She's over there.
No.
I don't know if...
No.
Yeah, I do.
No.
I don't know if she's still alive. She was getting geriatric. I can't read.
I'm trying.
Here.
No!
Noah?
She saw me, but I almost got all of the eggs that she saw me.
She said, I don't fucking think so, punk. Not today!
Don't ethereal jaunt in my general direction, you whore.
Hell.
You jaunty whore.
You whore. Watch this shit.
I just want to yank her into the hole. That sounds weird. Don't say that. Wait, can I get here and yank her into the hole? She's probably too big, huh?
No, you can yank her in the hole. Oh, you might. I don't know if you can yank her. Do you have
That's what I'm
thunder?
saying.
Do you have thunder wave?
I do.
You can thunder wave her. If you can get behind her.
Thunder. Get the thunder. Bow, bow, bow. Lightning and the thunder. Thunder?
Thunder? Lightning and the thunder?
Boo boo! Apparently, Bluebell gets excited when I go boo boo! She's in the other room and she's walking.
Hi, DJ. Health check. Yes, we are all the health.
Seek fluid
Yes,
intake
ma'am.
immediately.
We did health.
How? Oh, I gotta take my meds. Thanks for reminding me. You know, so I can continue to be overheated and sweating constantly. I love that for me. I'm not anxious, but I am going to die of a stroke. A heat stroke.
A heat stroke.
Also, for those who haven't seen, look at my little pill container. He's so cute. He's so cute. Love him.
Alright, Shadowheart, miss.
I'm taking my pill.
Now you can go
momento, por
sleep.
favor.
Good night, DJ. Have a good day at school.
Let's go with... No, we're gonna keep with the hammer. I feel like hammer's a good move. Like, if I had to pick any of those weapons to
I
go
will,
against the
DJ.
spider,
Thank you.
hammer. Smash! See? Super effective.
DJ, you'll have to hang out one time so you can see the new raid video.
Stab. One down.
Okay.
Uh-oh. I like the one who's like, also me. Also
me
I am
too.
here.
Yeah.
I am also here.
Damn.
A little ducky.
Oh, that was wild.
Oh yeah, Oz has been really great about spitting his pill out recently. Sometimes he'll take it, and other times he's just like, "Mwah." Fucking dog. He's like, I definitely ate this pill, for sure. Yoink. Did you do that?
You did?
Okay, just making sure. I was like, I didn't do that, right? I didn't accidentally drop a multi-100-pound spider on your head, did I?
How dare you?
I mean, stranger things have happened. No, I can't hit. Talk to me. Why are you so opposed to hitting things? Oh, I have angered that spider. Rip. Rip.
Let's go.
Oh, yeah, because Freya thinks she has a thyroid problem now. Okay, cool. It's like having furry toddlers. I love my little ducky. I wish I could bring the ducks in here, but they're messy.
Bro.
She mad. She got the grumpies.
Exactly.
Oh.
Just like
I would appreciate
additional
it
attack
if you
per turn.
wouldn't- if you would not discharge me, that would be great. Yeah. Thanks. Flippy stupid spider. Smack it. Let's go. For the love of God, Shadowheart. Oh my God. Yeah, we have 2 ducks, and well, we had 3, but unfortunately one passed in December. But they are a lot. They're a lot, and you can't get just one because they get lonely. They're so messy. They're so messy. Even being outside.
All right.
Ugh. Like I have chickens, and they're not nearly as messy as the ducks. Even though War Chicken wants to switch, he's like, let's not do chickens anymore. Let's just get ducks. I'm like, they are so messy. He doesn't have to clean up after them. Son of a bitch. Why is there so much chicken to noodle ratio here? The back.
I'm in webbed. After all that, I'm gonna go down for sure. Oh, she did not go for me. That is shocking.
A little help, please.
I thought for sure she was gonna go for me.
I can... Sorry, Shadowheart. It has to be done.
What happened?
And Shadowheart was in the way.
Oh, she almost went down the hole. I'm doing the serious face.
Oh.
Oh, okay, sorry. I'm thinking.
That was funny, is what it was. Oh my god, that was so funny. I know it shouldn't be, but it is. It was really funny. She flew. She just like... Great. It was great. I thought it was hilarious. I have problems.
Too heavy to shove, of course. Oh my god, Astarion, you're doing great.
Close ahead.
Hit her. She downed me? Okay. Here's the good news. It's almost dead. Whip. Sure as fuck good. That's why I use that. That thing is so clutch. Okay.
Right.
It's all you.
Yeah.
It's all you.
Wonderful.
You and my mace.
How much health does he have? Okay. So.
Can you throw health on someone?
I don't have health is the problem. Oh, you probably do. Hold on. Yeah. Give me. Give me. Wait, where'd they go?
Into a spider.
Okay. So then, throw.
If you can hit Shadowheart, I might be able to. Anyone I see, so I could see you. It depends on the healing stuff I have available to me.
Oh my god, why did you move to fucking throw it? Seriously. So stupid. Shove you. How did you not die? Ah, it has 4
Good
HP.
question.
But if I fell down there, I would have had like 20 HP lost. But it lost 2 HP when it fell.
Resources, what's that? There we go.
What the bish.
Haha!
Take 2.
Ah, I'm healed. Thank you.
Oh.
I shove you. Oh, I failed. I failed.
Fireball? They're all on grease right now, and I don't think you're on the grease.
I don't have an action because I just got up.
Fair.
It's fine. It's fine. That's the one thing about like when you get rezzed is like you have no fucking actions. It's okay, I'm gonna do this though. Can you just like why do you have to get down? Okay, that
How did that not hit those two when they were standing in grease?
I don't know. I just don't understand why he needs to move to do any of these shots. Like, it's very stupid if you ask me.
Like in these places. Not my hammer using fucking vines to climb down.
So there's one here, and then what else is left?
There's one by Shadowheart and one by you.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Rigged? It is rigged.
Oh. Someone explain to me how.
Okay. So where's the last guy? Behind me. Okay.
Still on my feet.
Jeez. Alright. Get the thing out of
Who knows what's down there?
the spider. Because that you need that.
Clothes on? Really?
The robe. I mean, you can hide
What's
them.
hiding here? I feel a breeze.
Offensive.
I wonder what's down
Listen,
there.
you only need 2 for a
She
minute.
just said, I feel a breeze. Yeah,
Yeah.
you do.
You
I
first.
wonder what's down there. Oh my god, I'm trying to pick up the fucking amethyst. Woo.
Need to
Scary
find a
dog.
way forward.
Need to find a way forward. Wait, where you?
I do
why?
like, I straight launched Shadowheart, and it was hilarious.
Yeah, sometimes they're in the way, and if it's necessary, it's necessary, and they'll learn.
No,
They'll
if
learn
it was
to not be in your
necessary.
way anymore, you know?
But it was necessary to me.
Did you get the
Yeah.
dress? Okay. Okay.
Put it on
Yes, put it on.
against my will.
It's not bad. But yeah, you can hide it and you can still be naked.
Don't know how to do these things you speak of.
I think if you click on it, it should say toggle. Yeah, Y. Toggle over close. Y.
Why?
Why? Why?
Hey, where are we going? What are you doing?
Oh, I was just getting the fast travel marker so we can leave.
Go bye-bye.
Yeah, where do you want to go now? Do you want to go to Gerblin Camp?
Anything of use?
Gerbler. We can get Karlak.
We can go get Karlak, yeah. And then do her thing with the Paladins of Tyr.
Where do we want to go?
Blighted, I think. Ooh, I got candy. I want to grab my candy. Candy. With a candy.
Wow, wow, wow. I have my strawberry Izzy. Delicious. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good. Not a rotten carrot. What the fuck? This place isn't loading in all the way? You want to load in? There you go.
Candy. Character. When the bat's in the cave, it's like Batman. It is like Batman.
Man.
So Karlak, let's see if I can remember where Karlak is.
I usually just
She's
jump
like
from
up here-ish. I'm pretty sure you have to go.
I usually just
way.
jump from the Druid camp. If you have Featherfall, you can just jump.
Aww.
This
Aww.
guy.
Whoa.
Why is he glowing red? What's going on with him? Is he having feelings? Here we go.
Just another crate.
Oh, I finished my creepy book.
Oh, you
So,
did?
You know, that's fun. I did. I finished it. I was gonna say last night, but this morning. I finished it this morning. Let's be honest. Apparently there's other books in the series, but they follow the FBI.
Other
agents,
books?
not-
Disgusting.
Yeah. Yeah.
There are no other books.
There are so many books.
No. Someone has snacks,
Books
I know.
For days.
I was just making fun of them for buying gummies, and look at me. with Gummies.
Nerd.
It's not my work snack, though, you know?
What is your work snack?
Probably like pretzels.
Like granola bars at work.
Yeah, granola
Oh, we've got the
bars.
Knolls.
The Knolls are not bad. We can do that.
Oh. Something. Gee, I wonder what. Oh, let's see if I can. You guys can all.
You picked the wrong fight, friend.
Stupid.
I did not get all my freeze-dried candy.
Oops. You made them mad. You have angered the babies. Huh. Goodbye forever. Why did it do that? That's weird.
Mutilate them.
Oh, actually.
Amazing. Get killed.
Go.
Still breathing, despite everything.
I already used my action.
These boots have seen
Action.
everything.
Now if they move, they get hit. I hate when I explode out of my fur.
Something tore
What a
right
horrid
through these
sight that
people.
was.
They didn't stand a chance.
Take
Let's
that,
just go.
dogs.
There's
Oh,
only
that was
much
so
my stomach
funny.
can take.
They just like 3 steps and same.
Oh my god, that was so funny.
I will say, we can't walk through it though.
You can cancel your concentration, right?
Can I?
If you go to hit the bumper to attack at the bottom, it should say cancel concentration.
Oh, I gotta hold it.
Uh-huh.
Ugh. I'm like, I don't know. That was really funny though.
Oh my gosh, that was too funny. They just walked through
Open
it
up.
so pathetically.
They were like, I got this. You
Oh
don't
God, that
though.
was so
You
funny.
did not have it. Sometimes I feel like a bloated hyena. Like, honestly, relatable.
Yeah.
Not a good time.
Don't talk to her, apparently.
Inside. Garlic! Oh my god, I love garlic!
These are actually good. Like, this is a really good place to get food early game.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when you're playing on honor mode and it's 80 to fucking rest instead of 40.
Well, shit. Goddamn. Goddamn!
Uh-huh. Goddamn, indeed.
Ooh.
Whatever killed those gnolls might be nearby. Careful.
Careful. Oh boy, dead bodies! I opened a pile of bones.
Cursed to put my hands on everything.
Cursed to put my
How
hands
dare
on
you.
everything.
Poor chicken, don't you lie like that. I don't just double, I like triple or quadruple garlic. Garlic is life.
Looks empty.
Oh, you know what I miss is
Found
out
something to
in
ask.
San Diego, the bagel place that has that really good
Need any
cream
supplies?
cheese. It's bacon,
fewer mouths to feed
basil,
now.
garlic cream cheese. It is so good. I mean, I could probably make it myself, but you know, that sounds like work. I just can't be bothered.
Can't be bothered.
Can't be bothered. Are you buying stuff from the chick before we have to kill her?
Yes.
Nice. I should probably sell stuff to her. Nothing quite like making money before you have to do murder.
Money murder.
Ow! Oh my god. My right leg is really sore from when I fell the other day.
Still?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like if I flex my leg, like from my ankle up my shin on the right side just hurts. I can see why I had to climb on this box to pick up a baguette on the table. Clearly.
Yeah.
What that ominous sound is? Not loving it.
Cheese!
I love cheese.
Cheese! Alright, I've bought
What
this lady
takes?
out of house and home here.
In tears now.
Apples. A kiwi!
Do you speak with Dad?
Let me check. I don't think I do. Let me check in my, I'm not seeing the scroll on me. I've got Firebolt and Protection from Evil.
Hey, Fenris!
King-
You never have to apologize for not being in stream. We're always just happy to see you. How you doing?
Yeah, I don't think we do.
Damn. I don't have one either. Sucks. I have detect thoughts, but not speak with dead. Dang.
Want rotten cheese. I want delicious, good cheese. Give me that.
Did you grab whatever was groaning?
It was the soul coin.
Oh.
It was the soul coin. Yeah, I heard it and I was like, that is
26
really
Dark Souls bosses. Oh my gosh. I rage quit Elden Ring a couple weeks ago on stream. That was fun.
Cut it out. There's worse than gnolls out there.
Nothing we need to worry about.
How about a dragon? Would that worry you?
I'd give it a bloody good fight, that's for sure.
Only thing you give a dragon is
Yeah, I got
bad
stuck on
gas.
Fire Giant. I got pissed.
Ma'am, you need to wash your face.
Ugh.
How are
that
you?
stench. Body must have been here
Put up
for a good
justice.
while.
Hoity ho ho.
Trust no one.
Morgott. Morgott was hard.
Count the horror. The horror!
Morgott. Sorry. I'm eating gummies and you know how they get in your teeth.
Oh yeah. That's
Morgott was hard, but I think I did Morgott in like 4 or 5 attempts because I have Bloodhound's Fang. Bloodhound's Fang. Problem with
Pretty
Fire
barbarian.
Giant is I just can't get close enough for long enough before he does a huge
Moving.
AoE damage on me.
Trap tools for
Yes, we need the trap.
yeah. And I'm gonna give those to Astarion, but I have stuff to sell, so.
Forever. Godric took me a long time. Because he was like, you know, he's the second boss of the entire game, and I was really just under-leveled and under-skilled. So Godric took me 2 IRL weeks. 2 real-life weeks to beat Godric. And then everything else has been just kind of like a couple hours of like trying or grinding. Except for Fire Giant, I'm on like 8 hours now. And I'm like, no. No thank you.
These boots have seen everything.
I was really, 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 really determined and really dedicated to finish the game before the DLC comes out in June, but it's not happening. Yeah, that's awesome, Fenris. GG's.
I'm going to
All
give these to
around.
Astarion.
Astarion.
And then I have Oil of Accuracy. That just sounds weird.
Love that. That's actually not bad.
Astarion, 'cause I don't use.
How am I enjoying Baldur's Gate? I love Baldur's Gate. I have like 500 something hours.
Accident or
I've
sabotage?
beaten it 3 times now. I love it. Love it.
Okay, I think that's good.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna dig anyway. Maybe I can find it.
There we go.
There we go.
I got Astarion all loaded up with gear. By gear, I mean, you know, picking tools and whatnot.
Yeah. Nice. Very nice. Oh my god, I'm such a douchebag.
Oh?
Well, I'll give it to
What?
Shadowheart. I have an amulet of Speak with Dead.
Oh! There you go. I didn't want to talk to her. Oh my god, I hate her.
I know that look. You're wondering why. It's
Looks so funny.
It's
Love
just
D&D plus tieflings.
something I have to live with.
Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. You want it? You do it. Just do it. Do it.
Do it. Just do it. Just do it.
It's so worth. It's so good.
What?
There has not been a game that I have invested this much time into and not gotten bored in forever. Everything that they've done to the game and like added to the game and updated to the game has like made it better. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan for sure. I need to get something else though. Can't wear those. Can't wear those. You didn't tell me. Congrats, Fenris. That's amazing. I'm so happy for you. 2024 seems to be the year. The year.
I'm doing it. I'm going.
You're moving in with your man soon? Are you excited? Are you nervous? Both? Neither?
Something over there.
Look at it,
Booty
chat.
cheeks.
Look at it.
The booty
Butt.
cheeks.
But
But
she has big fiery feelings.
Me? Never been better.
Flying is no big deal. You'll be good. Just
She
take a
is
nap.
going Super Saiyan.
Fuck me.
Just take a nap, you'll be fine.
It's you from the Nautiloid. Please tell me I found you before those so-called paladins of Tyr did.
Oh, we found them, but
Oh.
we didn't kill them. We're gonna kill them now, though.
Me, none. They're the ones chasing me down.
She's
But
not
believe
wrong.
me, these so-called paladins are anything
It's
but.
so much
They-
better when
A
Will's not
great
around.
heat roars through you. Her heat, fiery as the hells. Then you're lost
Hells.
in visions of
Alex,
demonic
listen, you can't change my
armies
mind.
as you tear
I mean,
through
if you're
a
playing as a
landscape
woman,
of
yeah.
fire and blood. The Blood War. You saw it from above as the Nautiloid passed
Little
through
messy?
Avernus. This woman was
Just
on
a
the
bit.
front line.
Just a teeny bit.
What was that? Fuck's sake. Mountains as far as the eye can see. Guess that explains the
Dave.
voices.
How you doing? Welcome
From that
in.
peak I got into your head, you've made some inroads trying to get the thing sorted. But alas, no joy. I'm Karlak. And you are?
Evie.
Well met, soldier.
Evie.
Now that we're all pals, how would you feel about helping me kill some evil bastards? A little background, if your moral compass
Yeah.
needs something to point at. You already know I fought in
No.
the Blood War. I was good at
Better
killing
now?
demons.
Was it a day?
Really good. So good, Zariel, the archdevil herself, made me her personal attack dog. I played along until I could get the
No,
fuck
I
out
don't
of there.
want you in here right now.
Took me 10 years to properly escape, but now I'm
For several
free.
days. Yeah, it was
Zariel
gross
sent goon
yesterday
after
and
goon to
today
hunt me down.
here.
But believe me when I tell you, I'm not going.
Gross. My
The
poor
latest
dog is
yappy
like,
little dog she
fed
sicked on me are
up.
nearby. A group of dopes posing as paladins of Tyr.
Paladins
Want to
of
help me take them
Tyr.
down?
Okay.
Fuck yes. They cornered me outside the toll house just up
I'm
the
a
hill.
cleric of
Don't
Tyr
they've gone
in
far
my
after the
cleric run.
scorching I gave them. After we've mopped them up,
But
we can
they're
work on
not
evicting this
anything of Tyr.
parasite and
They're
take
liars.
Faerun by the
They're
short
gonna
end.
have
Sound good?
tears when they're
America.
crying because
She
we're
looks like
killing
she's
Tears.
only
them.
over her shoulder and
Tears
carrying
for
me to
fears.
safety. Should the need
Paladins
arise.
of tears.
I'd hug you if it wouldn't scorch your skin off.
I'm down for it.
Looks like your troops all trooped up. You'll need to send someone packing if you want me to join.
Is
See you
this
at
it?
camp then.
Oh, take Shadowheart's place.
Let's
Goodbye.
go.
Fuck out of here.
Goodbye. 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 All right. How are we gonna make Karlak into Batman villain?
Why would she be
No.
Oh, Batman villain. I was like, why would she be Batman?
No, no,
Oh, I
no.
gotta level her up.
Gotta work
That's not what I
outside.
do.
That's rough. What do you do, Dave? Or you told me before. You told me before.
What to do?
What did do?
Look how dark the room is without my lighting. Look at this. It's horrible. I hate it.
I hate that.
Now I gotta fucking replace it. It's so frustrating.
Okay. So let's think. Let's think.
Firefly?
I was gonna say yeah, maybe, but then that's not a Gotham City Siren is the only thing.
Listen, I was going Gotham just because.
I mean, you
Wild
could just
magic.
fuck it, make her Selena. Who cares?
I don't want to do wild magic. That's my guardian.
Oh yeah. Fuck.
Do I want to go wild heart or berserker?
Honestly, I think I've only ever done Wild Heart.
I mean, we do get speak with animals, which is adorable.
Mm.
Wild magic is a
Red
chaotic.
Hood? It could, I guess. I'm still trying to keep it like Gotham City Sirens, though. I mean, there's like Zatanna. And there's...
Well, Sirens was always just Ivy, Catwoman, and Harley anyways, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Yeah. In Huntress, maybe.
Gonna go Bearheart.
I don't know.
Heart. Alright. Our girl's ready. You and I need to heal, though.
Yeah, I mean, I'm wondering if technically, like, we could do this with just 2 people and not have companions at all.
I'll fill that one later.
You can only think of that scene from Clerks when people say berserker.
Come on, sweet cheeks.
What's in here?
Going up top.
Barbara Gordon.
Bob
That's Batgirl.
Well, she also became
Oracle.
what's it? Oracle. Yeah.
Yeah, can we put Karlach in a wheelchair?
I don't know how to feel about that.
I mean, that's how she was Oracle.
I'm aware. That just sounds like we're gonna break her legs, and can we put her in a wheelchair? Like,
can we put her in a wheelchair?
Hypothetically, yes. I'd say Firefly is probably the closest to Karlach in the fact that, she's all flamey, but...
Yeah. And there's Talia.
Or there's Livewire.
I mean, we could like gender swap Bane, just make her strong and smash shit.
Smash shit.
Yeah, and my guardian's Canary. I don't know. Good call with Barbara Gordon, but it just doesn't fit with Karlach, unfortunately.
Roxy Rocket kind of has that same vibe, like the attitude.
Mm.
I don't know if you remember Roxy Rocket.
I do. I don't know.
Let's get in and out.
There's also Giganta.
Giganta. I'm crying.
Giganta. Are we gonna attack these guys? Give them a bit of a murder?
Giganta. Yeah, I guess she could be Giganta.
You sought a fight.
Oh,
and
God.
now you have one.
Oh, that was good.
That fight.
That was good.
Let's ride that
What the? You can't jump up here.
Literally said, watch me.
Too much to bear.
That was kind of funny. He became a kangaroo.
I can't have disadvantage. What do you mean?
Whoa! bomb at me.
Nice.
Oh, that was funny.
Nice.
I just dropped that on her head.
Think a little of Wonder Woman. She could, yeah, we could, yeah, she could Wonder Woman with a little, just a little bit of.
Homeboy is mad.
A little bit of imagination.
Imagination. Oh, I wanted to thunder just him, but if oh wait, no, I can't.
Thunder. Feel the thunder. White man on the thunder.
Fuck them.
Yeah, you're not going back.
Thariel.
Let's no.
Not big enough. Now get up.
Okay, I gotta go grab you guys really quick. Ow.
Whose torso is this? Whose torso fell out of this man?
I literally tried to pick you up and it was like no. Alright, there we go. I just give you a little pat on the back. You good?
You touched my butt.
Good, good. Alright.
So we should probably go to camp.
Well, we definitely need to get the fuck out of here before she sets the whole place on fire.
Yeah. Oh no. Oh, wait, I got approval for this. Fuck off, Will.
The Blade of Frontiers. Thought I'd shaken you for good
I
after
literally
the
don't
Mind
care.
Flare ship. You just can't get enough of me, can you?
Dale, why are you here?
Karlak, Advocatus Diaboli, the stink of Avernus.
Tato Diablo.
Pride of the coast, in the flesh. And you've got...
I'm sorry, did you make the
great
choice?
Fire
What?
roars
You weren't
through,
even here.
The fire of the first hell. You are the
That's
blade
bullshit.
of
She's in
frontiers
my
racing
party.
through the wastes of Avernus. Just ahead, a diabolical figure, red skin, single curled horn, blazes with flame, bloodied
Blazes
great axe
asses.
held high. He chases the fiend, ignited with rancor. She is an infernal war devil, a threat.
Scarecrow is yeah.
Another vision. The man shudders.
By Baldur's Hellmite.
You saw the truth.
And yet you served.
The man catches his breath and his lips straighten.
No! Devils cannot be trusted.
Would you listen to sense? This doesn't have to end
Look at
badly.
even Asterion approved.
For
You're
either of
welcome.
us.
Yeah, I know.
You know
That's why I was hoping it was
monsters,
me.
right? Better
I
than
could get that
anyone.
one.
You really
Shit.
are no devil. You would have died in the attempt. Truce?
I'll do you one better. Allies. We're looking to get rid of these parasites for good and ruin some bastards' days while we're at it. Sounds like your kind of venture.
I've not
Baldrin.
grown any tentacles yet, thank Baldrin. But
Baldrin.
luck won't be on our side forever. Yes, you have my blade.
I'm up for the challenge. You've just got to make a little space.
I would literally rather die.
Oh my god.
Well met.
You hate him
And
for
a
no
thousand
fucking
sorries.
reason.
It's not for no
I've
reason.
pledged my
Look
life
at
to
He
him.
protect
literally
meat
he,
from monsters.
look at him white! He's just
But tonight,
existing.
Yeah.
I was the
Like with his
rampaging
stupid
beast.
eye and his
I see
stupid
the
face
good in you, Karlak.
and his.
He
promise
literally
not to lose sight
was
of
like,
it.
you know what? I was in the
Even
wrong.
when the
I'm
hells
sorry,
burn
and
hotter.
I apologize for being in the wrong.
famous
And you're
blade
like,
of
fuck him.
frontiers in the
Fuck
flesh.
him for knowing he was wrong. He's
Clever.
like,
Yes,
I was a
hero
beast and I
actor
apologize.
Gotham.
And you're like, no, fuck you for
Hero,
knowing
Blade,
you should be better.
names strangers gave me.
Shouldn't have been
Why
wrong
do you
in the
hate
first place.
him?
Friends, call me Will.
Excellent. If we ever become friends, I'll know what to
Oh,
call you.
that's right, Shadowheart.
Shadowheart is such a menace.
Just try it, Zariel!
Oh my god.
What the fuck?
Are you okay? Do you need help?
With
I
haste.
tried to talk to her and
Will wants to have a conversation
Glad
with
Will
anybody
saw
that's not me.
sense. Even more glad he decided to stick around. Takes a pretty slick mover to track down old Karlach.
Pretty slick mover.
Where's the love? He's right here. I'll show you. He's right here. Here he is.
So, we're traveling with the
Oh, he
famed
looks
Blade
terrible.
of Frontiers.
We're so beat up. We
I
look
feel
terrible.
safer already.
well, we did get hammered pretty hard. Where's Will?
I was just wondering.
You better
when you'd
feed
invite me back for a
Fuckface.
bite.
He's looking like he's hurting.
Oh, does he really need something already?
Yeah, he's bent over, looking haggard.
Do I have anything?
Yeah, I need a bath. Look at I'm just a dirty mess.
Yeah, I guess I can give him the moondrop pendant. Right, fuckface. Oh, he's fine. What do you mean?
He was bent over and suffering.
Oh, now he
A
is.
few warlocks in my
Oh,
time.
see?
Talented.
He's fucking all
of
over
course,
the
though
place. He doesn't
sometimes
know what he
too eager
wants.
to listen to the
What's
devils
his
on their shoulders.
Fuckface.
Comes with the territory.
Dale?
Unfortunately.
Look
You're like, names are
unwell.
hard.
We've been
There's
traveling
so many
together for a
characters,
while
names are
now,
hard.
and it's just
I
about
know what his
time
name
I
is. He doesn't
shared
deserve it.
something with you.
Oh my goodness.
It's rather personal.
It's rather
matter.
personal.
You see,
I had
I
sex
have
with
this
a goddess and now she's
condition.
cursed me
very different from the
because
parasite
I
we share,
got too
but
big for my britches.
just as deadly.
Not the britches! I hate when I get too big for my britches, then I gotta buy new britches. It's the whole thing.
Oh my gosh. Is it contagious?
No, nothing like that. Though if I fail to treat
Am I
it,
gonna
then the
catch
consequences
your
would not be
need to eat
contained to me
magical
alone.
item?
What it comes down to is this. Every so often, I need to get my hands on a powerful magical
I don't know
item.
why, but I just thought of
Nobody
it.
touch Gail.
Inside.
You don't want to catch it.
It made me think of Mean Girls. You'll
You
get
know what?
pregnant, and then you'll die.
And then you'll die. You
Then
know
you'll
what?
die. You'll want to eat magical items, and then you'll die.
Listen, I don't want him blowing his netherese orb all over me, okay?
Whoa, you keep your orb to yourself.
Keep your netherese
goodness.
orb to yourself.
I can say
Dirty.
no more on the matter. Not now,
Neither
anyway.
of these orbs.
Just trust me when I say it's all of
Trust
vital
me.
importance. It's been days since I last consumed an artifact. Since before we were
How does
abducted.
he eat them though? Because is it like he's absorbing
time.
out of them, you know, or is he actually like crunching
It's
on them? Like he's
imperative
got a pair of
that I
boots and he's like,
find and
like a
consume
dog.
I
Like,
think he
at
like
the earliest
absorbs
possible
like
juncture.
the magical energy out of it.
Because it'd be really funny if he's just chewing on shoes.
I fail to see why you need me to help you with this. You've done fine without me so far.
A fair point. However, until recently, I was able to rely on a supply of artifacts
Not a huge
stored
Gale
in my
fan, but at least he
tower
has
in
some
Waterdeep.
uses. I just leave Will in camp and you know.
Supply that has now run
Thing.
dry. The reality of the matter
Bubbles,
is that a lone wizard
I was
with a
just
chronic
talking about
impairment
you.
such as my own is not in the most ideal of
I'm literally
situations
forced
with
to
regards
use one
to
hand to
self-defense.
keep Lily.
The manner of artifacts
like,
I need
from
are not
trying
often
to climb
found,
on my lap.
waiting patiently on a shopkeep's shelf.
You're a
One
menace to
usually has to
society.
lift them delicately from trap-filled tombs or prise them from the hands of violent ne'er-do-wells.
Not the
There'll be danger
ne'er-do-wells.
involved, or great cost.
Money. Lily, I need you to chill.
I know that what I ask may seem unreasonable, but I promise I only makes please.
Whatever.
Trust me.
I just
Your
want
help
to
could be the,
eat.
as luck would have it.
Num, num, num.
You're already primed to give me exactly what I need.
How do you know?
He's like, I know what's in your pockets.
How do you
I can
How do you
see."
know? How do you
'Cause
know?
He can,
How do you
can
know?
he's a wizard. He's a wizard. Harry.
He's like, actually, I would really like that necklace that you're wearing.
He's like, I
currently."
see that you have some sick shit. Give it.
Thank you.
Like, see, he's just gonna go. Oh, my titty!
Oh.
No, my titty! Oh, my titty! Oh, it's better. Oh, my titty's better. Okay, good.
Sir, I feel you look so like not having it. You're like
hit the spot.
skeptical.
I can feel it work. The magic, it's like a lullaby that sings to
Oh
sleep
my God,
the
why are
demon
these hiccups
inside.
back?
A metaphorical demon, I haste
Oh.
to point out, but no less dangerous. And no less bound to wake up
Did it
again
work?
to continue
Did I
its
scare the hiccups
ravages.
out of you?
No.
Such is the nature of all monsters.
Okay, I got it. I'm pregnant and it's yours. That work?
No, because I was already holding
Oh.
my breath so I couldn't gasp.
That's what did it. You couldn't
It's
gasp.
not so bad once you get used to it. And, on the plus side, my tower in water... Sincerely, though.
You
I
gave
understand
Gail,
I asked
yeah,
a
he
lot
won't
from
eat
you
what's
with
in
few answers in
his own
return.
fucking inventory, which is
in
ridiculous.
time,
And then he'll take it when
all
he
will be
leaves.
told.
You hate his purple people eater? I don't even know. I don't. He's a purple magic eater, is what he
Obtained
is.
it in-
And an ingrate.
Ow.
You got boo-boos?
My hippos hurt.
I thought you said your hippos. I was like, what are your hippos? My hippos hurt!
He'll see. Yeah, we learned that. But also, if you tell him no 3 times, he'll tell you that you don't take it seriously enough, and he'll leave your party permanently.
I had that happen once, and I was like, oh. He was like, you know what? You don't take me seriously! And I went, you're right, I don't.
Well, because he was
Goodbye.
only trying to take what was, like, physically on me. He wouldn't take anything, like, in my pockets or in my storage or anything. He was just like, no, I want the armor you're wearing. And I'm like, well, you can't have that. And he's like, well, that's what I want, and you don't take it seriously.
You're right, I don't. Goodbye!
Better than nothing.
Bye forever!
Oh my god, please, I'm begging you to stop with these hiccups. They actually hurt.
Have you tried drinking water upside down?
Not upside down, no.
All you have to do is bend over. Or bend forward. I see you, Lily. Thank you. This biche. This biche.
Harlock wants to speak to you.
You're breathing on me. No, she doesn't. Wait, is the building no longer on fire? Get down. You are irking my nerves, girl.
Yeah, I was gonna go to storage and yeah, exactly.
Are you still mad? Are you still... What are you doing? What's going on? No, I did not want to do that. I was trying to talk to
Harlock can do a
and
lot
it's
more than speak. Alright, I'm gonna try this stupid trick.
What's up, Carla?
Felt good letting off a little steam after facing off with those Ignots. Granted, the fire lasted a little longer than it should. Careful, soldier.
Look of it.
If I burn any hotter, I might explode.
Ma'am.
Hear that?
Ma'am.
Infernal engine for a heart. Lets me burn as hot as the hells. Seems to be running in overdrive
hot.
since I left Avernus. Won't be seeing my mechanic anytime soon, so I'll just make the most of the extra heat. Just don't get too close till I've found a way to calm it down.
Anywheres.
High pain tolerance, and a dynamic duo of truly shitty bosses. But it's a bit early in the game to be getting into tragic backstories. Let's save the Scar show for later, after we've worked up an appetite for tragedy. Meanwhile, I'll need to find someone who can tune up my engine sooner rather than later. Believe me when I say this thing is hot. The first time I faced down those paladins, they let slip there was an infernal mechanic in the area. A tiefling. He might be able to stabilize
When I hear
things,
infernal, I'm like,
if I can
"Fuck,
find him.
infernal machine. Not a literal infernal machine, but like, you know. Dag nabbit.
Sounds
Hello.
like a good lead. Hopefully
I can
our
breathe.
guy will be among them.
You can breathe?
Tune-up
Can you
would do
not
this old
hiccup?
tub
I
a
don't know yet,
world
let's
of
see.
good.
Oh. Oh. I guess we will see.
Bubbles, I haven't been able to show off your favorite movie yet. Are you still alive? I am.
Allegedly.
I am. For now.
For all we know,
For
you could
now.
be some sort of,
trash.
odd
You
person.
sniffing where you ain't ought to be, friend.
It's true.
I have to take that nose.
It's true. You're gonna take my
Now we can
nose?
go.
Strange symbol glows marked
She wants
on
to
their
take my
flesh,
nose.
and
Who's
something
taking your
within you
nose?
stirs in
This
response.
fucking goblin wants to take my nose.
Goblin?
I'm gonna kill
What?
her.
Oh, I'm all the way over here.
It's okay.
On my way.
I'm checking for more, food and whatnot, supplies. I'm back where we burnt the building down.
The building?
Yeah, because there's that, the thing. The, you know, the place. Basement, that's the word.
I wonder if this is worth the cost.
Words are hard. Don't at me.
Got your nose, tee-hee.
Fun fact, my dog hates when I get his toes. I'm like, I'm gonna get your toes. I'm gonna get him, and he gets upset.
Aww.
Yeah,
You
man.
don't
He's
like
like, those
you
are my
getting him
toes,
toes.
ma'am. He's like, don't touch them.
I don't know, Bubbles. I don't know.
It is locked. Oh no! If only there was someone who could unlock it.
If only.
What
Or you can just do what
a
Bubbles does
savage.
and just send everything to Astarion's inventory, and then I'm suddenly fucking encumbered in the middle of nothing. And I'm like, what happened? Oh, I have 27 chests in my inventory. How'd that happen?
Let's move.
27 locked chests.
Where do I go from here?
So confusing. Well, it's a door. I can't.
No, I'm kidding. I'm just teasing
I
because
would-
Bubbles is actually here.
I would send you the door, but unfortunately, I cannot send
I
you a
didn't
door.
see him through the tree.
Through the tree, you say?
Yeah, he's in a tree.
Oh
Don't
wait,
touch me.
I can get him. I am cat.
I wonder how that happened. You're kitty? You can do it.
I can.
I
cat.
feel kitty. Oh, so kitty. I feel kitty.
Oh, we
and
didn't check their
pretty
bodies
and
down
purr.
here because she was burning things to the
Num
ground.
num num. Nom nom. Nom nom. Oh my god, I leveled up. Oh
Leveled
my gosh. I can almost go to
Very
fight
aggressive.
her.
Ooh, look at all these sausages. A selection of sausage.
Sausage.
Sausage. Sausage.
Bubbles, do you remember where the house, the thing is? It's over here, isn't it? It's
Mouth.
over here, isn't it?
I'm so fluffy. Where's the hole? Is that, that is the hole. Let me in.
You sniffing where you
I
ain't
can
ought
fit.
to be,
I am
friend.
cat.
As the symbol glows, power course.
I am failing every one of these perception things. That's actually really funny. Cautious.
Whatever. Well.
This way.
I'm so cute. I am just a little white fluffy cat. I should be able to open this from this side. Kind of stupid that I can't, considering
I
I'm
really thought that was gonna work, but I guess not.
on the other side. But okay. There are traps.
Get
Thank you.
acided.
Apparently I did not see this.
Immediately.
That's okay.
Yes. Yes, Bubbles, yes.
We need to. How do we do this again?
Listen, this is my 912th playthrough. You think I have time to fuck around?
And find out.
I'm sorry, do you think I have time to fornicate and ascertain?
Oh my god. Get out. Interesting. Somewhere. Well, I can now not be a cat. I would like to uncat, please.
What is this? A game to you? What do you think? You think I just play games?
Sometimes the only
I am
way
now
out is through.
Anyways, I want to uncat. What's my uncat button? This misspelled shape. There we go. Perfect. Okay, now what I need to do
See,
is...
it's like nothing even happened.
Maybe I need more pockets.
I fucking forget buttons all the time, and it's such a pain in the ass.
The forget button, stop pushing it. I think it's over here. Bubbles, isn't it over here? Bubbles, help.
Ooh, that could have been worse.
Bubbles.
Why? What is the
Bubblehead just resubscribed for 13 months. Lucky number 13.
Lucky number 11. The book! The book that we look for every time. Oh, I think it's right here.
Perfect.
No, where's book? I do this every time.
I'm done.
And then got distracted? No, we found it. Hold on, I'm gonna look. I think it's...
Like that won't go there. Okay, fine.
If it's not here, then it's over here. I just can't... I know it's against the wall. That's all I ever remember. Bubbles, thank you for 13 months. I appreciate you. But Bubbles, I told this story about when we played our first playthrough, and you launched the gnome, and then you were like, "Oh my God, is he still alive?" And I died laughing at you because it was very, very funny.
Will nothing sit in this chair?
you
Oh,
haven't.
this is too far.
Please,
That's fair.
you just want Mayrina back.
Can't go do hag stuff yet. But not the honor mode run.
Do this. No. Okay, fine. Ooh.
I don't know.
Stuff. This is fine. It's fine. And then I'm just gonna take this and. So, like, I put it down, and then it's like, no, fuck you.
Oh no, see, yeah, see, it's not there, because that's those guys.
Make this tea.
Wait, hold on. I do this every time. So you go this way, and then you go south, right? South. And then I thought it was right over... Did I not perceive it?
I perceive nothing. I wish not to be perceived. Okay, let's see.
Better drink this Featherfell potion real quick.
Aha!
I honestly don't remember.
Jump over this? Probably, right?
I hate
Nope!
that I have to look this
Nope,
up every
I
time.
could not.
The Curious Book. Wait, so...
Walk over that then. Alright, I thought I could jump over that. I did not do it well.
You
That's
didn't
okay.
jump?
Oh, I jumped. I just didn't jump far enough. Okay, now I gotta get out as Cat. I don't even know where hole is to get out as Cat.
Oh, there's... Okay, so there's... this one. So is it over here? Do I have to perceive it? If I have to perceive it, I might have missed it.
From there, go to camp!
We're in the camp?
At least I got that stuff though. Well... Yeah. Yeah. Karlach's waiting back there, so I'll have to go back there and grab Karlach.
Oh, yeah, and then we have to label up.
Something
I need to level up.
Not a chance I'll fit in there.
Let me
Not
in.
a chance I'll fit in there.
See what I need. I gotta pull my build up.
I thought it was one of these trees.
Okay, where's my build?
Gomway.
That was the other one. Cantrips resistance.
No traps,
I
please.
don't know how I can't find this every single time I play. Okay. Blighted Village. North. Okay. North.
Full person muscle restoration.
Oh, I see it right there. There it's all. All right, I have to remember this. Here we go. One day. One day I'll remember this. All right. Let me level up. Level up. Level up. Level up.
Level up. Level up.
All right.
Level up. Level up.
Level 4? 4? Are we on 4?
4. Correct.
Nice. Okay.
4.
Okay. Level 4 Warlock. Cantrip. True Strike. Not really sure about that. Okay. And Poison Spray. Detect Thoughts? Okay. And then my feet. Dexterity.
Figured that would be the case. Why did I keep hitting that button?
Okay, so +1 charisma, +1 dex. Okay.
Look at Karlach.
I feel like
I left her when I was a
Detect
cat.
Thoughts is not.
Oh. I am dirty. Why does it look like I just roll around in mud all the time?
I feel like Detect Thoughts is a waste of this spell, but that's what you're supposed to do for this dumb build.
Son, you're Harley Quinn. Deal with it.
I know.
My entire build is butt cheeks. Booty, 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 rocking everywhere.
Pete.
If I just walk in the water, can I? There we go. I at least washed off my dirty, dirty legs.
Diddy, diddy, diddy.
I'm so dirty, dirty. I'm just a dirty little baby.
Dirty, so dirty.
Belladonna.
I want like what I wanna like this one?
What?
No, the one where you like doing like throwing stuff does better.
I'm getting plants because it's my job.
I know, you're doing so good at plants.
My job is plants. It's my job. Plants.
You're doing so good at plants.
They
My job is beach.
My job is plants.
They don't even have beach here. What a good movie. What an unexpectedly good
spider
movie.
person. Scurrying up stuff.
Read my secret book.
Someone had good taste.
Your secret book?
Yeah.
Or maybe a bit of a drinking problem.
Wow.
She
Is it
says
your
that they have
diary?
a drinking problem. Lol.
It's back. It's back.
Ithbank indeed. You're a fiend slay.
Noble rot.
Oh, my nose. Alright, I'm gonna go to the Grove and sell the rest of this shit real quick.
Alright, Oh, that's a bunch of gnolls. I don't want to fight those just now.
Yeah, don't do that. You can probably talk to what's his nuts about the hag. Good
Oh,
old
what's
what's his nuts.
Like I'm supposed to know what any of that means.
Yeah, the two brothers that are yelling at the hag.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
Favorite drink? What's that one, Wolfie? I'm sure I know. Is that like the I don't have a drink in my hand one? Is that what it is? Good old classic.
Doing walking. I'm not fast, but I'm trying. Can I get a scooter? Like a razor scooter?
Oh my god,
That'd be quicker.
imagine Faye run razor scooter.
They're weapons and transportation. Saying. If you've ever been hit in the ankle with a scooter, you'd know.
Why
Oh
would
my
this guy
god,
talk
my
to
game
you?
is lagging like a motherfucker.
Need anything else?
Holy shit.
Of course. But please, remember,
My
you're
game
not the only
decided
one in
lagging
need.
was the priority.
Every time the main character tries to drink, he splashes it all over himself. He has a literal drinking problem. Fucking lol. Fucking lol. Alright, Bow of Awareness. Okay, I can't get that. I can't get that yet.
Are
Can be
we
found
saying
in a buried chest in the forest.
Are we telling Granny to fuck off, or are we siding with her?
You can choose whatever you want to do.
These boys are harassing me! Shake your wibbly bits at them!
Alright, where is this? 8347.
Sylvanus be with you.
Just looking, bitch. Picked a horrible day to stop sniffing glue.
What did you do?
Get the reference. No, I didn't do anything. I just was reading chat. Why do you think I did something? Alright, 347. So this way. And then 80.
Bloody hells! She just.
Alright, so I have to go southwest this way. See if I can figure this out.
Somebody
In the
explain.
forest. Marina. And 347, so
Do
it's
it.
still further over here, dang. You can't get here, just walk your butt over here.
Oh. They're gonna die! They deserve it. They've got hubris, you know?
Right. Try to get sleepies, love you, get sleepies.
Get CB.
Get CB, bish.
Bish.
Get CB, bish.
Where are you? What are you doing?
I'm trying to get these gloves that supposedly are close to here for my build.
You need hand covers?
Yeah, for my little hands.
You don't want dirty little fingers?
No, I don't want my dirty fingies. Just don't you know, we're all counting on you. No.
I'm pretty sure these are fox gloves. I want them. Or they're delphinium.
Okay, so
Wow, when you zoom in, they do not look great. Far away, they look good, though.
This way? There's no way, right? Let's see. Alright, can't get there. Why?
Having a think. Thinking is thinking.
Huh?
I'm having a think. My thinking
Yeah.
is thinking.
The thinky thinks. Oh yeah, I think it is up here actually. I think it's up here.
I also love the red caps are like, bah! It's like, no. No. Oh, there's a trap as I walk into it.
Yeah, I love that. Perceive it as you touch it.
Yeah, as it happens. Thanks! I love it. Get me bleeding all over the place. What's happening?
Chill runs up your
that's why.
spine. You
Ooh,
feel
this
like
one's
you're
a hard
being
one
watched.
to do.
Don't do well with this. I'm gonna be really upset. I am set up to succeed, and I swear if I fail. Okay, there we're good. We're good. We're good.
You did it!
I unnaturally 20'd. And see it for what it is.
Wow. You see the schwamp.
You blink and the wilderness changes.
I'm down. I want
A
swamp.
swamp, stinking and
Swamp.
insidious, assaults your senses.
Why do swamps have to be stinky? Like, can't they just like be swampy
they're
and
just
not have to be
wet
insidious?
and gross and yeah.
I don't know about that.
At the back of the crevice lies a bag enfolded in
Poisoned
a
apples. I got
chicken
poisoned apples. Can I throw them at people?
Shiny
You
gold.
can.
The creatures clutch the pouch possessively. You have no
So
doubt.
in Resident
A
Evil
spider
5, you
egg
could
is
get
nestled
eggs,
within.
and there were different ones, and if there were like rotten eggs, you could throw them, and they would actually do damage, which was fucking hilarious. You could. I think there's an achievement for killing a zombie with a rotten egg.
Pincers pierce you.
Great.
Keep your distance, darling.
Why is my character like
The
just
back of
doing
the crevice
absolutely
lies a
horrible
bag,
with my rolls?
enfolded in the chitinous squabbling of spiders.
Did you
Shiny
I
get
don't know why.
Shadowheart to rub off on you?
And
I
you
guess
stash
so.
the bag.
What's up, mushy
Something
mush?
clinks among the coins.
Mushy mush and the funky bush.
I'm getting poisoned apples. Isn't that exciting?
So exciting.
Also, apparently, me going through these packs is inspiring.
What now?
Carlac. She's like, yeah, sticky fingers.
What the fuck?
What's inside?
Oh,
Mac,
it's a
how you doing?
okay. Putrid bog is pretty straightforward. It's yeah, it's stinky. There's no doubt in that.
Okay, hold on. So it says it's at X80 347.
Are you good?
No, I'm not good. Obviously.
Obviously. Oh, Carlac's rotting? I should probably do something about that. Here. No, you're not rotting. Feel better.
Feel better.
Feel better. Don't rot anymore. Fucking far from me. I can get over there though. I can get over there.
What do you mean? Can't get here. Just walk. You're right here. See?
Or are you?
No, we're not.
See?
That's the problem. Is that's
exactly
where
you
we're
said
supposed
you're here, but you're
to
not
be.
here.
Alright,
You're
so
filled with
this
lies.
way.
I see
go
you.
in.
Do you see butt cheeks?
No. So I have to go this way. This way? This way?
This way? That way? This way? That way? That way?
No.
This way? That way?
80. 80 is here.
Talk about 80.
The things.
You talking about XY? Because I'm saying 140 and 443.
Yeah, 80. Oh, it's over here. Yeah, it's supposed to be at 80 and 347 is this thing that I'm supposed to be getting.
Oddly specific.
I mean...
So with the bear?
Hmm? No.
Or by the guy?
It says it's can be found inside a buried chest.
Oh.
So, probably have to just proceed. But I'm very close. Like, I'm really close. So, yeah, I'm at 80.
Bold of you to assume I perceive anything.
80 and then
ever.
4 something. So 80, 460. Hold on, no, not this. Stay here. 80. Oh yeah, it's gonna be this way. Or 11. Why didn't this just say like, oh, outside the blighted village or whatever? 83, 47. It's like right here. Just let her catch up and walk over there.
Walk?
Perceive, please?
Oh my god.
Alright, 8347. It's gotta be like here. Perceive. Perceive. Ah, you got it. Was I not standing
Never
right
spent
there?
much
Like,
time there.
I don't know.
I'll happily take you if we survive this
You're welcome.
bugs banquet.
thank ya. Fleet fingers. There it is. My gloves. All right. All right. So let's do. Ooh. So we can.
We can get the note that outs fucking
Koga?
Kaga.
Yeah.
Koga.
Yeah, we can
Kaga.
do that. That's
Kaga.
that's on the other side of where the Hayagaruni is. All right. So here we go. South. South. South.
Oh, are you fast traveling or
No,
are you?
I am walking because I haven't gone over to the tea house yet.
The tea house?
The tea house.
I like tea. Oh, I wonder if I have stuff to make boba tea. I'd have to have milk.
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 The milk.
According to Word Chicken, I say it with an E.
There's a trap.
Yeah, milk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Milk. Instead of milk. I'm not as atrocious as using an A, but apparently use an E. But I think it's because my dad was from Ohio, so I have certain words that I apparently learned wrong.
Make it on my own. 'Cause my heart is in Ohio.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Why? It's the name of the song.
Seems like the best way.
Because it is a lie.
Don't do it. Don't do
They did it. They did it.
You
They
did it!
I did not. I'm behind you.
Yeah, you were not hiding.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, you're not hiding.
I wasn't even that close. Honestly. Look at these little mud minions. Muddian
Mud
onions.
minion.
Mud onions. Bake them. Bake them. Ooh, what did I hit? I didn't mean that. It was an accident. Worst things in my life. Oh, no regen. R.I.P. to the tree. you
R.I.P.
used
your
to be.
regen.
Oh no, your feet are wet. Did you just try and shove him?
Listen.
He said no. He said no shove.
He did say no.
Flappy little bastards. I hate them, by the way. Mud methods are the worst.
Met pit.
They're not Muppets. What are you on about?
Met pits. Pits of the map. Holy crap.
They exploded. Oh no. You greased them up. What is with you and greasing things up? You got
I'm
a weird,
trying
like-
a different tactic this time around.
I'm just asking. You're really into grease. I made it. All right, Carlette. You just barely hit this guy. Get wrecked.
Nice.
Big jump for a big girl. What a queen. What a queen.
Wow, what a movie. I see you, driver. I see you over there.
Hey, he's not talking about your favorite thing ever. It's okay.
I'm just saying that I see him. Thinking he's slick.
Although I will say, one sounds really good right now.
Olivia Newton-John,
A,
she's pretty good.
I would like a soiled physician seasoning.
I hate it.
I don't think I could get Trash to go get one. He's probably gonna go to bed or in bed by now. Seems like
Wow, I thought he loved you.
I mean, define love, really. Damn. He'd be twisting those vines. Oh. Oh. He mudded us. I don't want to be mud wrestled.
Get a muddy Mr. Pibb.
Listen. Don't ask too many questions, Trevor. Then it requires thinking, and thinking is
Who are
just
you
not
calling
my
Trevor?
forte. I said driver.
Oh, I thought you said Trevor. I was like, who the fuck is Trevor?
Who the fuck is Trevor? I said driver.
I
Who
literally
the
was
fuck
like,
is Trevor?
But I heard you say that the other night too, and I was like, does she not know that that is not his name?
No, I think it's, you just think when I say driver, it sounds like Trevor.
It
could
sounds
be
like
my,
Trevor.
I guess, dialects, accents, whatever.
Yeah, you have a horrible accent, you know.
Yeah, my Californian accent.
Accent.
I put the accent on the wrong syllable.
That's gross.
Fucking Trevor smelling like elderberries. I bet his mom's a hamster. Where do all these methods keep coming from?
They keep being shit out.
Little poo babies.
Wow. Wonderful
He said
miss
no.
there.
He said absolutely not.
Why?
No touching. No touching. You keep your hands to yourself.
Why?
That's what you can do.
Why?
You keep your fire to yourself. Oh, there goes his entangle.
Yeah. Don't fling your mud
Wow.
at me.
I love that apparently hunting a linguist upset Automod.
Oh, because it could be like.
I just think
you
that's hilarious.
if you say that really quickly, it could be something else.
Okay, I can't do that because Astarion's there, so you don't want to kill Astarion.
I mean, lots of people want to kill Astarion, but like, you shouldn't do it.
Check out the ancient one. Critted.
I am so muddy right now. Look.
Just a little muddy. Oh,
No,
no.
you too, in your bathing suit, in your little bikini.
My swimsuit.
Whoa. Harley.
We're just muddy
Harley
AF.
is dripping.
We look like we've been mud wrestling.
Your cheeks are
This is
starting to
so
come
bad.
out. Look at your cheeks are dripping. Oh no, it's
the
dripping.
Gotham-
It's dripping down your. Oh, it's in your butt cheeks right now.
It's the Gotham City Mud League. Oh my god.
No, we need to shower so bad.
Oh, this is not what I signed up for, but it's what we're here for regardless. We have the swampiest of swamp ass. It's a putrid bog.
Ass. Oh,
We've got
putrid bog ass. No.
I hate when my ass is putrid.
Putrid bog ass.
I don't
Does
want
anyone
it.
like Doritos Cool Ranch? I am a firm believer that the only Doritos that should be called Doritos and the only Doritos that matter are the
Nacho?
one and only nacho
Nacho?
cheese Doritos.
Nacho? Oh, cool. I'm almost demudded, but you two are just hate.
Because every time it explodes, it just goes on me more.
You guys are cake, and I've got the cake. I'm clean now.
Putting these
I'm
shit,
good.
no, you can enjoy them. I personally am a nacho cheese.
I don't have enough movement courtesy of mud. At least I can do that. I can hobble out of the mud a little bit. Alright.
Ridiculous.
Cool Ranch, if you dip them in sour cream, it's like chips and dip. Because the seasoning mixes with the sour cream, and then it's just like regular ranch dip and chips. I'm back. I can't do flaming hot Cheetos. I'm too much of a baby.
A pippy into the bed. Oh, thanks for bringing him right to me, where I'm about to die.
No, you tickle him. Tickle him. Fine.
Wood. With all the mud talk. In her butt crack, you mean? The mud in her bud?
The mud in me crack.
The mud in her bud. Hi JJ, how are you? Welcome in.
Please, no. I can't do anything, it turns out. Because of reasons. I wanted to get the one that was attacking you, but...
Doing good? I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. Thank you so much for that raid recommendation the other night. She was really, really sweet.
Colors are flavors, depending on your tism. Like Gatorade? Gatorade is, there's the blue flavor and there's the light blue flavor.
What? This is ridiculous. I've missed the past, I don't even know how many attacks.
Okay, I think I can hit only him with this. I knocked him in the water.
Okay. Well, now
Go swimming!
He's weak to electric now that he's wet.
Yeah, I don't have any electric with Karlach though, so have fun. Okay, there we go.
Nice, okay.
Crit! Let's fucking go.
One more. Alright, now how about just for once in your whole fucking life, just don't miss. Thank you. That's wonderful. Thank you so much.
I can't say the flavor of Powerade that I like because when you combine it with the name Powerade, it sounds really wrong. Shove him for the sake of shoving him.
I know.
Okay. I guess I'll just do this. Oh, I can't do anything. Because I'm entangled. Well.
Oh, so Baba likes the white.
Did they? Yeah. Powerade, I like the red and then that.
Isn't it called Glacial Cherry or something?
Something like that, but Gatorade and Powerade, no one goes by the flavor. It's I want red or I want yellow or no one goes by flavors.
I'm done.
Gatorade, I like the red, the white, there's a light blue, and the yellow.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can't do that with Powerade. You can't. Oh, you already got it. Cool.
You did. Oh, here it is. I was like, where's the thing? There it is. Okay. There we go.
Kidnap.
All right, so we can go back and confront Koga, and then we'll have to fight the Shadow Druids.
Mm-hmm. I think I get something from one of them, so that works.
Okay. So let's go do that, and then we can call it.
Sounds good. Waypoints.
Oh, I didn't mean to go to... I meant to go to them. Not camp.
Why is it flipping around? My goodness.
Okay.
Oh, the green Gatorade? Or no, that's
Koga,
the blue.
bitch,
Yeah,
we're
there's the
coming
green
for ya.
Gatorade, and I always think it looks like antifreeze.
Oh, there's two green Gatorades, and one of them is fucking cucumber, so
Yeah.
don't make that mistake.
Yeah, there's a dark green and then a pale green. Who could use this Woodwode shield? Should I give it to Karlach?
No, probably Shadowheart, honestly, even though I know we're not using her.
Oh, I can sell stuff to the guy while we're here because I have some shit to sell. Perfect.
Yeah.
Or I can sell him the shield. I'll give it to Shadowheart eventually. Even though we practically never use her.
Yeah.
I do remember that Kool-Aid. I also remember there was soda that was like that. It was called Fizzy or something. and it was tablets, and it was supposed to be you drop in water,
Need
and then it
anything
would
else?
make it soda.
Of course.
And they
But please,
all tasted
remember,
gross. They had orange fruit
you're not
punch
the
and
only
Coke,
one in
and
need.
they were tablets. Let me see if I can find, I think they were called Fizzy or something like that.
Fizzy from from Sons of the Forest. Alright, I'm gonna get...
Y'all remember Tang?
I do remember Tang.
Tang.
Alright, I'll go start the Kalgashid. Fizzies were
I think
disgusting.
they all tasted awful.
Yeah, because they taste like medicine. You love Tang? Wasn't Tang the one that had like the orangutans for the commercials?
Yeah.
Look.
Hi,
take your
driver.
eyes off my hands.
Nice to see you.
Orbeez? Or Orbits? Orbits, that's what
Remember
it was.
Orbits with the little beads at the bottom?
They were throughout the whole thing. And it
I
was
mean, if
nice.
they would sit.
Let's see what this does.
Those
The
were...
pleasures. Oh, I'm sure. Does anybody notice the new addition to the animated emotes section?
Great axe. I might be able to give it to Karlak.
I will wait so we can speak to.
I did not mean to sell that, damn it. I hit the wrong thing. Where did it go?
What'd you sell?
It was the Great Axe +1.
Oh. That's probably fine, honestly.
Oh, did you sell Bloodstones? Gosh darn it.
The Sanic.
Scroll of Flaming Sphere. I love Flaming Sphere.
Flaming
Fog Cloud.
Sphere. Flaming Sphere.
Dude,
Go on.
this game is so
Say
laggy
it.
today.
It is really
You think
laggy.
I'm a monster?
Somebody on Reddit said that like they've been having all sorts of issues since the last patch.
You know, like it.
What?
I don't need my Druid leather armor. Don't need a wooden crate, thank you.
Look who it is. What's up, Dave? There you go.
There we go. Okay, does he have anything I need though? Does anyone need a scale mail that's a medium armor and has 15 armor class?
Neither of us can use armor, so no.
I don't know what a Stereon can
That
use.
damn
No,
nose of
who
yours
can
has
use-
gone poking in our
Have some
business.
medium, who can use light?
Mistress Ollerton,
Ooh,
I can
ocean dye?
explain.
Give me 2 ocean dye.
Shh, shh.
Pale green dye?
No
Give me
need.
green.
It couldn't be
Purple.
helped.
Koga, what is the meaning
Everything
of
about
this?
buying dyes.
You think yourself quite
Don't
a
ask me why.
spy,
I don't
you?
fucking know.
Go on, tell him.
Go on, tell him.
The Ring of Flinging! Do you need a Flingy Ringy? Or
Flingy
do you need
Ringy?
Spell Thief? Do you need Spell Thief? The, bell?
No, I need the ring of jumping and the ring of protection.
Looking at scrolls, there's Color Spray, Dimension Door, Invisibility,
86
Mage
driver
Armor,
just resubscribed for 12
Enfeeblement,
months. OMG, 1 year
Vampiric
less than
Touch.
3.
Thank you so much, driver. Now you can use Sanic. You can spread your dirty
Spread your Sanic.
Dr. Pepper all over your Twitch.
Wow.
Driver, thank you so
Wow.
much. I really appreciate it. And tier 3, thank you. Crazy. You crazy.
That would be fun.
You crazy.
Okay.
Take
No,
this
Sylvanas
letter
be
raw.
with you. Are you? Where'd you
Where
go?
am I?
Yeah.
I'm in Koga. I haven't done anything yet, but I'm at Koga.
Okay. I'm going to Koga.
Koga.
Koga. Koga.
Gonna tell everyone where they can find their own dirty DP.
Oh, you're giving out that information for free? You
I
gotta
know.
put that on
Can't
fans.
believe it.
Come on now.
Listen, they gotta subscribe to Pinxel to know where to get it. You can't just can't be giving that information out.
It's a secret.
Secret.
Tickle it.
Tickle it.
Ho ho, wee wee.
Ho ho, wee wee. Guys, I hope we get a raid so I can show the new video. I'm so excited. I worked so hard on it.
I'm here.
You ready?
I'm listening.
Okay.
What's in there? Colloquial word.
Secret, secret. I got the secret.
Korga, have you lost your mind?
Korga.
Halsin is weak, Wrath. But in the
How dare.
shadows, we are strong. We are safe.
Wrong.
There is no
Wrong.
other way.
You and Halsin welcome
Halsin.
untouchables to your midst.
What is with that
You
shirt?
defile
Holy.
the grove for the sake of
I don't know.
How are
Your
her
head
tits
is
so
speaks
perky?
truth.
Her body
Who
and her
among you
head do not
disagrees?
match.
Her
Who would
tits
see
are
this
like
grove in
so
ruin?
perky.
The choice is made. Korga, burn the tainted away. Start with the snitch.
As you say,
My
Olden.
foot up your ass. Yeah, you fucking rat.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, all the tech bots. What is it? 13.
Hold on, I can do that.
Thank you for guidance.
Let's go,
With
guys.
the grove taken for Cloakwood, the circle will see that I'm right. The Great Mother will guard us from all danger.
I like how when you detect thoughts, they move their head like they're talking.
Shouldn't say the crappy stuff is why I can't take the grove. I won't stand in your way. Made you forget who you really are.
Probably should have done this conversation since I'm a druid. Because then I get druid.
No.
Yeah, but they have charisma.
You don't know what you say.
True.
In shadow, we are purified.
No, that's not how that
You
works.
watch Korga closely.
I failed my insight.
If she is moved by your plea, she gives no sign.
Oh shit, okay. Alright, so
You
I've
got
got
charisma.
a 1d4. Oh, I have so many. I have so many. Look at all these.
Wow, good thing you had so many.
I know.
When the darkest hour fell, it was us that brought light. Sylvanas demands we
Starting disapproves. God damn
Was I
it.
so blind?
Careful.
Oh my god, that's right. We're the bringers of
shadows
light.
don't forgive.
I belong to the shadows no longer. You've no power over me.
You would question my power.
I don't know if I've ever done it
hear
this
me.
way.
Grant me your wrath.
Oh, this is how I did
think
it.
she's
and then...
always fought against me. I don't remember. Because I've done it all the different ways. Like, I've done it where you get Halsin first. I've done it... Yeah, I've done it all the different ways, so it's just hard to... It's hard to keep everything straight. Okay.
Fucking exterminate these rats. Plus, it's easier in the sense that you don't have to fight Kaga. You just, she's on your side, so it's like, nice.
Yeah.
And then you let Halsin deal with her. Be like, here's
And the wolves, too. The wolves are on our side, and Roth. Roth is on our side.
I mean, Roth's on our side no matter what. He's like, this shit's fucked up.
Oh, woof, woof. Woof.
And then he runs away.
Nice.
He's like, one trick, and then I'm gone.
Nice,
Fuck off.
ridiculous. Some of them do hide, and it's so funny to me. Sanic.
Yeah.
Sanic. Sanic.
Yeah.
Pronunciation of Kaga versus the spelling. Oh yeah, how they say Koga? Yeah.
Okay, but that's like there was a character in this book that for years, as I was reading the series, I was convinced it was one way.
Oh yeah,
and then
they say it.
They made a TV show, and it was not what I expected, and I was annoyed. I was like, what
Yeah.
the fuck?
But I also think it's accent. Like, I think it is Kaga, but you know, like they're just saying like Koga because their accent would have them have the O
Okay.
instead.
So, for example, The one that I was talking about, it was Kahlan.
Kahlan.
No, it's Kahlan.
Colin.
So I always thought it was like Kalan. Okay, because it's a girl. They were like, it's Kaylin.
Oh, Kaylin.
I was like, no, it's not. No, it's not. Why would... What? No. This is offensive.
Yeah, one I do think says Korga. But it's not Korga, it's Kolga. Kolga. Yeah. Also, like there wasn't there quite a bit that was recorded like during COVID, and so they like
nobody was on the same page.
They like phoned in a lot of stuff, you know.
No escape.
Good job, Kolga. 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 Astarion was originally a tiefling? That doesn't make sense though, because he's a D&D character before Baldur's Gate. I mean, unless you mean that. Astarion Uncunin.
No more wild shit for you. I can't reach her, but I can reach you.
Nice. Oh. Whipspy.
Rip. Alright.
Ripspy, Cripspy.
I love that she just comes in and just hacks shit. She's like, do murder. I do murder.
I know. Nice. Alright, Koga, confess to your sins.
Hey.
Confess to your sins, Koga.
Okay, I think it's this chick has my shit that I need. No, somebody I think was supposed to have something, but maybe I'm wrong.
What do you need? What do you need?
Wrath thought me a danger.
It was one of these people, but I could be
Seems
wrong.
I've proven him right.
There's a treasure inside too, you know.
Oh. Let me pull it up. Let me see.
I was thinking I could make a safe. A foolish notion.
An alpha
To think
build?
we'd find
I think he was
comfort in shadow. I endangered a child. I betrayed the Sekul's trust.
Okay, so
we will stop the rite and I will stand trial.
Faith Warden's
My fate
Bride,
lies
or
with
Faith
Sylvanas. May he have
and
mercy.
it's obtained as a reward for completing quests, investigating Kaga, and both persuading and sparing Kaga, which must be completed before the rest of the quest rescue Druid Halston. And then she will give the Pale Oak. So yeah, it's a Pale Oak.
We will grant them safe harbor until they depart. Meanwhile, help us contend with the
Wrath will
goblins.
give the Pale Oak.
Perhaps
if
we can
Kaga's
dissuade
killed.
them from attacking.
And
I
it's
won't
only
forget the
available to
wounds I've
druids.
inflicted.
So I
Alright,
guess
so talk to her.
Swift as my feet can carry me.
Kaga. Oh wait, let me stop being
yeah.
Roth. Otherwise she's gonna be like, what the fuck are you doing, bitch?
Tree
Talk
Father,
to me.
keep us all. It began with a letter. There was no messenger. It simply appeared.
And you didn't think that was
Oladan
right?
came soon after. An army was coming, she said. Goblins, drow, and more still. Legions upon legions. The Druids of Cloakwood knew the dangers. I won't forget the wounds I've inflicted. We will grant them safe harbor until they depart. Meanwhile, help us contend with the goblins. Perhaps we can dissuade them from attacking.
It doesn't give me an option. Oh, can I trade? What do you got? She's got a godberry and a whole chicken. What the fuck is that gonna do?
Talk to Wrath maybe?
Yeah. Where is he? There he is. Hey, buddy.
You have saved Korga from herself.
Ooh, Tree Father, keep us all.
Yeah, I did that. She just fucking turned away from me.
Huh. So, Did we get the... Did we get the plate so that we can open the treasure?
It just... That...
Yeah, but
obtains an award for completing the quest to investigate Kaga and both persuading and sparing Kaga, which must be completed before the quest to rescue the Druid Halson. In this scenario, Kaga will give you the Pale Oak.
What is the Pale Oak?
I don't know. It just says Pale Oak.
Huh. So is... Okay, investigate Kaga's not done. Return to Zevlor.
Okay. I'll go to Zevlor.
Alright. Or do you want to stay here with Koga and I'll go to Zevlor?
I just don't know if I have to go and talk to him.
Okay,
and
that's
then...
fine. Go talk to him, yeah.
Because it's so like, ooh, druids only. Oh, only druids.
Oh, only druids. Ooh woo. Yes, Wolfie, I did. I had my meds this morning. Here's the empty thing of my burger that I ate for dinner.
Burglar.
I did the things.
Did you? Did you do the things?
I did the things. And I got my...
Your dirty DP?
My Samick. Is it though?
Is it?
Or is it a muddy Mr. Pibb?
Muddy just sounds weird.
Well, what
like you're
else?
just chugging mud?
I see it on your
Well,
face.
what else?
You hate me.
You don't like the soiled
I
physician
do not hate you.
seasoning?
I am ashamed at how
No.
far I let your machinations
Okay,
stray.
Cranberry Vanilla Sprite, listen. You know
Dusty?
that I'm a big fan of The Driver, but the Dirty Dr. Pepper is limited time. The Driver is year-round. Come on.
What about
Come
Dusty?
on. Ocean water? Yeah,
I'm told
ocean
the
water
druids
is weird.
have stopped their damn chanting. What happened?
I like ocean water though.
Truly. It'll make... Thank you. I need to ensure... It's sparse thanks for what you've done for us. And I'm afraid I have more, yet you've bought us some time. We'd need an army of our own to escort us safe. Somebody must be leading
It is,
them.
yes.
It's no small thing
It
to
is.
ask, but I've seen you fight.
The new
Everyone in this
burger is really
camp
good, too.
depends on... We'll be ready to...
The roasted garlic burger or whatever is really, really good.
Alright. I'm going back to... I just got Hellrider's Pride.
Yes, you got that from,
Okay, let me go talk to
Zephyr.
Kaga. Taking so long to load.
I know, it's been kind of shitty tonight.
Wait, are you? So stupid. That's how stupid I am.
Stupid.
When did this start?
The first letter from Cloakwood came a season
Guys,
ago.
it was
But when Halcyon
a
departed,
fun,
the shadows
short
surely
little
took root.
stream tonight.
I should have resisted. It should have
Fun, shorts
been
wearing
different.
stream.
Short
Except for my
little
shorts
stream.
are actually underwear.
Who wears shorts?
Do, 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 do.
Ellis
I
wears
wear
shorts.
Oh god. Elisica!
Oh my god! She's not as bad as Jessica.
Jessica!
Hey, B. Hey, B. Gotta
You know what I
catch
didn't
you on
realize?
the stream? Yeah. Maybe if we get a raid before we raid out, you guys can see the new video.
Who would do that?
Who would do that? That'd
Crazy.
be crazy.
Tree Father,
Okay.
keep us all. We will grant them safe harbor until they depart.
She didn't get...
Huh.
All I got was gloves from that fucker.
What is it though? So I just want to make sure I didn't get it.
It's called Pale Oak. I don't know. Doesn't say what it is. It's like Pale Oak Act 1.
Hold on, let me see. Oh, Driver with the raid. Crazy. Pale Oak, Faith Word and Stride. Quest investigate Kaga and both persuading her and Kaga which will complete further. If Kaga's killed, then all the Shadow Druids and Rogue Elf Druids also be defeated. Completing the quest, both investigating. Maybe you don't get it if you expose Kaga? I don't know. But alright guys, here, let's show you. I'm gonna save the game. And I'm going to play the brand spanking new raid video while I look for someone to possibly raid. I hope you guys enjoy. The new and improved.
Raid you.
The brand new and improved. Are you raiding? What?
Yeah, I'm just gonna raid you.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh.
Hi there, friends. Are you a human being with disgusting bodily functions? Everyone comes here for the PPC, the peak poop content. I have poopies for you. I'm sorry that you didn't get to experience the butts. Look at that donk.
Why are you so excited for this?
And I died. Oopsies. You can't do anything with human meat, which is kind of boring. Put your clothes on. What if you just like collected a bunch of farts? My mom? Are you pooping? I'm a big girl. I do Mordors. No! You think he survived? This is literally. Let's go faster! I died. What do I do about this giant ball chasing me?
Chaos, come watch us.
I'm trying to make sure we don't die.
Why are you looking so close?
I wasn't. I just looked down because I could see it.
Oh my god.
It's still rolling.
Cannibal swinging at you. The moose is running laps around you. Don't give me that baby. Do you know where your children are? Will you show them to me, please, so I can beat them up? I don't like scary babies in video games. I don't like scary babies in real life. Maybe let's not say those things on my stream. Okay, have fun. Bye. It'll save you hundreds of money on your car insurance by switching to doo-doo-poo-poo. I'm trying to make the poop. Go, bees!
Bees! Run to get the bees!
Oh my god! What is happening? Oh, I keep finding these boners. You can have your very own Greg.
It's soup. It's soup.
Where are the Vajuzhans? I just want to be beautiful like her. I am Cat. I can help you. He's totally dead. He's just standing there. Just because I was supposed to move him. I look like the kid from Stranger Things. You can go anywhere on Twitch, and this is what you choose to do with your time. Okay, game is done. Okay, thanks for coming. The Vajuzh. The Vajuzh. Alright, thank you so much, Driver, for the raid. Yaga, thank you for the raid. Thank you for playing with me. We will, we'll try to figure this out after we find someone to toss the final raid onto for the evening. Let's see. Welcome in, Raiders. Yeah, welcome in, Raiders. That's all of us. Let's see. Oh, Trem is on. Let's see. Ooh, Envoy is also on. Let's go to Envoy. Tee-hee.
Hi, Uncle Envoy.
Uncle Envoy. All right, guys. Okay, so we have to think of a new raid. We have to think of a raid message. So, okay. Oh, hold on. We're coming to Uncle Envoy's house for... I was gonna say, like, snacks and beer, but I didn't want it to be, like... what can we do? Hold on, we're coming to Uncle Envoy's house to play on his Nintendo. Cause okay, guys. This is your raid message, okay? That's your raid message, okay, guys? Can you guys spam this? Can you guys spam this? It'll be so great. Okay. Okay. You guys, you got it. You're gonna spam that. All right, spam time, guys. You got this. I believe in you. Thanks for hanging out, guys. I appreciate it. Have a good one. There we go. Yeah. There we go. All right, guys. Have a good one. Thanks for hanging out. I will see you most likely on Friday. You know how it is. If I'm here, I'm here. If I'm not, I'm not. See you guys later. Bye.